Liftoff. Propulsion continues to be nominal.
RCP chamber pressure looks good.
Doubling up. Roger, roll, Atlantis.
Water towers can fly! Yes!
Tango down to nominal.
Flight downside, SCE off. Say again, SCE off.
Yikes. You bet. Okay. We don't need any more of these.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to another NASA spaceflight live stream, some good old-fashioned Texas tank watching. You can see we are looking at Ship 24 sitting on suborbital pad B. The tank farm is becoming active, and so we, in traditional Texas tank watching fashion, have gone live. So, I think today we're expecting some engine testing with Ship 24, possibly a spin prime test, but I won't be the only one flapping my gums today. We'll also be joined by our fabulous co-hosts, starting with Mr. Adrian Bile. Adrian, how you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. It's so good to see some more testing here, and I'm looking forward for some good-fashioned ship testing. After all the booster action, we are now back to the roots, kinda.
Indeed. How do you feel? I imagine you have your legendary, I should say, spreadsheet up and ready to go. How do you feel having your spreadsheet open and ready to enter data from a ship test on a suborbital pad? How does that feel for you?
I mean, it's kind of the start of my whole journey in this, so feels always good to start up again. I have started it up previously because we have seen the recondenser a bit earlier. It's down again, but I started it for that, so yeah, it's in action again. The data is fresh and ready, and I'm looking forward to fuel it with some more data.
Excellent. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Adrian's claim to fame is that he has meticulously spreadsheeted and documented and correlated things related to ship tank farm activity and ship testing and ship activity. And back in the day, we were able to really predict to some degree of certainty when things might happen based on the legendary Adrian spreadsheet. So that's Adrian. That's Adrian's claim to fame. But next up, we've got Alejandro, whose claim to fame is that he knows everything. How you doing? How you doing, buddy?
I don't know. I don't know everything. Come on.
Most
I
of
do know
everything.
that I don't know.
Everything about Falcon 9, lots about other stuff.
Yeah, well. Okay, I'll get that. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm just a little bit looking at the tank farm, venting has gone away, and I'm like, no. Please.
Yeah,
no.
Tank Farm did a thing, and we went live, and now Tank Farm not doing thing. So, question mark, I think is the executive summary there. We'll just have to keep our eyes on it and see what happens. But we have committed now. We are live. We are here. We have to talk about things and be interesting.
And also, this is like the chaos team. We've been in a recent NSF live together, all three. It was chaos. This is gonna be chaos again. Let's try it out.
No, it's fine. Everything is fine. We'll be professional and chill, and informative and professional.
And chill.
So yeah, and chill. Thank you. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to @NASASpaceflight in chat, and that will enable it to pop up in some software that Michael wrote. Oh right, Michael is in the background as the live stream director for today. So he is also joining us, although you don't get to hear his lovely voice unless he pipes up and says something, which every now and then he does. I feel like it's like an extra special treat if you get to hear Michael say something. But yeah, Michael's in the background directing the stream, and so thank you to him for that. But I digress.
Surprise.
We said that we were going to see some engine testing today. So hopefully we do. This is a long window. It goes till 10 p.m. tonight. So if things don't start happening soon, we could be live for a number of hours.
I hope you all have your coffee ready and like have eaten before this, because Yeah, this could be one of these streams.
But so do we want to talk about just right off the bat, um, for those people who don't know what a spin prime is, what a spin prime is? Who wants to do that?
I can tackle that, and you can correct me if I step somewhere wrong. But
All right.
in a normal event, a spin prime test is basically that you get everything ready and spin up the pumps of the engine, but then don't ignite anything. Basically, bring the engine and bring the vehicle to a state where you basically would be ready to static fire it, spin it up, but don't ignite. I am saying that last point with a bit of a star, because sometimes even a spin prime can ignite.
Yes, which is not good. But yeah, so that's what we're expecting today. We're expecting to see Ship 24 sort of vomit a whole bunch of propellant, but not ignite it. So yeah. Let's see. I will grab some questions real quick. Chris in chat is saying my mic is potato quality. Do I sound bad? We're getting 5x5s. Chat said everyone was 5x5. And okay, so right off the bat, Jason Lee, no, I don't have spicy chicken like I did on the other stream. Thank God.
We can make the live stream spicy if you want.
Okay, hang on. You guys vamp. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, so we should maybe just point out where people should look at if they want to catch the recondenser spooling up. Because if you are on this view right now, Alex, where would we see the recondenser?
Okay, so if you look at ship 24, it's somewhere to the right. I mean, you see the tower, you see the chopsticks, you know, going from right to left. Then you see a trash can there, which is B7.1 test tank on a con crusher thingy. To the left of that, there are like 3 smaller tanks there. Those are water tanks. Well, behind it is the recondenser. So we should expect venting from there if we are expecting some kind of methane loading onto this for the spin prime test. And the reasoning is, so it shouldn't be when it is full. So hold on, we've seen in previous times, and you're very an expert on this, right, Adrian? We've seen in previous times the recondenser has started being puffing, and it's like on for like a few seconds and then off, and then on and then off. Like it's been what, you know, puffing, right? And it can be for you know, in that situation, either for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, or it can be like that for a couple of hours. We've seen that. And it is not until it's full on active venting, like a continuous stream of venting, that it is actually considered as active, right? And if I remember correctly, hey, Adrian, you can correct me here. Once we see that, we estimate sort of like a 35-minute countdown from that point to like T0. Obviously, there's not a launch here. It's just engine testing, but you got to track down to a 0 time for that kind of testing. And so that kind of testing, it might be the spin prime test, which is today. Later on, might be a pre-burner test or a static fire test. And in the case of a launch, for example, for the hops, we used to see sort of that kind of thing too. So same deal. Did I get that right, Adrian?
Yeah, most like I would add that the countdown can be more in the area of 42 minutes sometimes.
Okay.
And it's kind of hard. I just, for caution, I want to add for this test that since the last time we have recorded this kind of data, there has been a lot of things going on, and we don't know if this is still the procedure and the flow of this kind of test. So that's I think that's the most exciting part about these tests. Actually, we might learn something new here. We might learn something that has changed, that has a different approach now, or that behaves differently, a new kind of vent, a new kind of indicator. And I think, and since this is kind of my thing, that's very exciting to experience these new kind of elements in these countdowns. So that's what I'm hoping for in this test campaign.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear the excitement in your voice. That's kind of why I started off immediately just being like, how do you feel about having your spreadsheet open? Because I'm excited for you having your spreadsheet open. I'm also excited I don't have to deal with a spreadsheet because I hate spreadsheets. But I know you like them, and I know you like more data because, as we all know, more data, more better.
Yes.
I have a bunch of questions built up here. Like Andrew asking why Buran is not the best type of shuttle, because it's not. Someone type farewell in the chat, please. Thank you. But did somebody just join to dispute? No, okay, no. I thought somebody just joined the comms net to dispute about Buran being an inferior shuttle. But it is. So there, I said it.
No.
But before we get to some viewer questions, let's just run through a couple super chats because a bunch are coming in right off the bat, which is awesome because we appreciate y'all's support. Conservative Space Nerd 2 hours ago said, thank you guys for what you do. I appreciate it. They must have been waiting for the stream to go live. Techish, thanks for becoming a Capcom member. We have the membership program at Capcom and above. You get Discord access. So Techish, you get Discord access. Enjoy our wild and wacky and also informative and fun and chill and professional Discord. Maybe not professional. But yeah, enjoy the Discord access there. Starship 24, thank you for the support. They say my currency is TPS tiles. Musical Wolves, thank you for the support. They're saying, what is a tower next to S24? You know darn well what that is. Musical Wolves, you're just trying to shoehorn a tower question in there. Tank Farm, thank you for the support. I guess Tank Farm is talking to Ship 24 in the comments. Ticonderoga, they say, ship testing again. Yay. Have you started working on the 2023 calendar yet? There's so much good stuff. Don't forget to add the Fireball for July. That would be a pretty good idea. I don't think we've started it yet, but we will be doing another calendar this year, rest assured. So we'll have to keep that idea in our back pocket. Arvid, thank you for the support. They say, can you explain what a spin prime test is? And we just did. It's spinning up the engines, or pumps, I should say, but not igniting the things. So it's a test of the pumps and making sure they can spin up and do what they need to do to pump the fuel into the combustion chamber and make rocket go boom. Or not boom,
well,
but you know what I mean. Make rocket go.
Without boom. Make rocket go, not boom.
Yeah, there you go. Masked Dingo, thank you so much for gifting 5 Red Team memberships to people. I think the membership program that we have is awesome, and I love this gifting feature because it lets more people experience the membership program. So new Red Team members enjoy your perks, such as the behind-the-scenes content and the members-only stuff on our YouTube, and also the cool members emoji like the Grackle, which I'm about to spam in chat. Go, Grackle, go. Trevor Sesnick wants me to sing Happy Birthday for Lee. No, I will not. Sorry, Trevor. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm just not going to do it. But happy birthday, Lee.
Yeah, happy birthday, Lee.
Yeah, well, holy cow, it's Lee's birthday. Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats on living. Did it.
Oh, we are good at this.
You made boy. You made it another year. Yay. Kenny Speth, thanks for becoming a Capcom member. Once again, you get Discord access. Sign on up. Austin, thank you for the support. They say, do you think you'll ever use a mobile test pad so they don't have to use a crane to lift ships and put all the TPS tiles on the production site? No. I think their launch pad is where it is. I do think we'll start seeing ships, hopefully, more complete before they head to the pads. They don't have to do tile work at the pad, but hard to say.
It just looks so cool, by the way, to have like the emblem of SpaceX on this ship, and you can even see the S24.
Yeah, we have a viewer question about what the 6 tiles are under the X. So talk about that while I'm going to go try and figure out my audio issue.
Yeah, Alex, talk about that.
Boy, well, I feel like that's sort of related with the I'm remembering the interview that Tim did with Elon, and he asked that, and Elon was like, "Oh, what that? That's like some kind of sensors or antennas or something like that." So, you know, if Elon said something that it is something along those lines, I'm gonna guess the same. It's just something along the lines of antennas or sensors or something like that. Yeah, that's probably a good bet, I guess. What do you think, Adrian?
Yeah, it looks very antenna-ish to me. So, or
Yeah, it
I mean,
was.
to be fair, it can't be like I saw some people in the early when they first appeared speculating like, hey, it looks like tiles, and no, it's way too 3D shaped, kinda. Like it's not like if you zoom in, they're not looking like tiles. So yeah,
Yeah, they
some
kind of
some
look
sort.
more like boxes, right? It's more like
Yeah,
they stick out a little bit, where the tiles, it feels more like they're flatter. Let's say that way,
yeah.
I guess. Yeah,
Someone in chat saying they look antenna-ish. Yes.
antenna-ish.
I'm gonna steal that word creation. But yeah, for the moment, at least for the
Here's another
moment,
question, by
the
the way.
oh yeah, good.
Yeah, I would like to hit that one because someone is asking, we sure this is a spin prime test? Could it be a cryo test now that they have the tiles on? Well, they had the tiles on before. Like, for the record, they also had the tiles before with the cryo test, but we know it is a spin prime test because actually the PA said, word by word, it's a spin prime test, and so we are actually sure about that just because of that. The only problem is right now the whole um the whole tank farm is a little bit inactive right now. Kind of disappointed
Yeah,
about that, but yeah.
it's a kind
So
of
yeah,
funny
we're sure
situation.
of that.
It's a kind of funny situation because we first had the methane site spooling up like 2 hours ago almost, and the recondensers coming to life, and then we had a long period of nothing, and then we had the lock side of the tank farm spooling up, and suddenly the locks area becoming active, and now that is that again as well. So both sides of the tank farm, the one for methane and the one for liquid oxygen, both were tested, become active, but they both also shut down after a short amount of time. So maybe, and that's just me going into wild speculation, maybe they just made a quick check with both parts of the tank farm first, and maybe they are now moving into real testing once these tank farms come to life again.
Yeah, I feel like SpaceX is probably trolling us. It feels that sometimes things just happen. Like sometimes, you remember when we were talking during the oh wait, you were there in that live stream on the Booster 7 live stream when it went boom, and they were depressing it, and then it will depress while someone of us was speaking. That was hilarious. And yeah, now it's like, yeah, we're gonna start the tank farm, and now that you go live, we're gonna deactivate it because why not, right?
The good old confused media button.
Oh yeah, totally.
Jack?
Can you hear me?
I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. For a second there, I was like, "Oh God, do I still have audio issues?" But yeah, I'm back. Woohoo! Ship testing.
You sound better now, for the
Excellent.
record.
Excellent. All right, so how about we do some more viewer questions?
Yes.
Yeah, people are
I
saying
would
sounds
like that.
much better now.
Hooray. Okay, let's see. I will bring up the panel because basically the solution, if you want to know, a little behind the scenes, was turn it off and turn it on again. Gotta love it. If anyone watches IT Crowd, have you turned it off and on again?
I've never watched IT Crowd, but at this point it's established that I've basically watched nothing that I should have watched.
Yeah, I mean, basically nothing. I mean, you haven't even seen 2001, which is like, come on. Come on, bro.
What? I don't even know that one. 2001
Space Odyssey? We've talked about it. Stanley Kubrick? Come on.
No, I haven't watched that.
Come on. That's the entirety of my argument. Is just come on.
Okay, that's everything. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's the whole thing. So yeah, as we wait for the tank farm to become active and as testing to proceed, which currently, right now, the road is closed and the pad is clear, but we saw the tank farm become active, and now it's kind of just not. But here we are. So yeah, while we're waiting, how about we answer some more questions? Light Limetro is asking, have we seen any flap testing with Ship 24? I can't recall having seen any. Do either of you?
No, I cannot recall flap testing with this prototype yet.
Alejandro, I'm waiting for you to second key turn here.
I haven't seen any. I feel like the flaps have been strapped down all the time.
Yeah, I think you're right. I feel like I could be missing something, but I would remember if they had done that. But good question. That's one of the things we'll be looking out for, in the coming days and weeks. Nick W is asking, is there any difference between booster Raptors and ship Raptors? No? Right?
Well, there's 3 very different engines, which are the vacuum ones.
Exactly.
But I think this question refers more to the normal 3 Raptors that are also on the ship and on the booster, right? And then I think the answer is no, right? There's no difference between them.
Yeah, I mean, the 3 on the ship all gimbal, and only some of the booster Raptors gimbal. But in terms of Raptor engine hardware, they should be effectively the same. Of course, excluding the vacuum Raptors on the ship, which you did very smartly there, Adrian. So that would be the difference, I guess. The ship has 3 vacuum Raptors, and the booster has none, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the booster doesn't have any vacuum Raptors, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, so that would be the main difference, if any. And if you did not mean the vacuum thing, then yeah, there's really not any difference.
I think we covered both. We now covered both kinds of these questions. So either if your question was A or B, you should be satisfied with the answer.
Yeah, we're covering our bases here. If you were satisfied, please stay on the line. We'll have a short survey immediately after this call.
Yes. Please, yeah. Oh my God.
Christopher Thomas, thank you for the support. They say, don't you guys have jobs? How do you have all the time to watch a rocket all day?
Can I answer this?
Yeah, go.
We don't sleep. That's it.
I mean, yeah, that's part of it. That's certainly part of the NSF recipe. No sleep. Or minimal sleep. This is my job. Not just watching stuff in Boca Chica, but also making sure the videos run on time at NASASpaceflight. I make sure the videos run on time, or just run.
Hold on. Is that a frost ring?
That is. Look at that.
What the?
What?
Yeah. I missed that. I thought that was like a line going from the flaps.
That's wild. And that's rapidly increasing too. If I go back just a couple minutes on stream, let's see. Wow. Yeah, that's like a 5-minute-old frost ring, tops. So despite a lack of tank farm activity, we are seeing some loading of something cryogenic on the ship, whether that's liquid oxygen or nitrogen. We'll have to wait and see, but that is the oxygen tank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that is the bottom of the oxygen tank. So there's a big bowl of cryogenic fluid there, and then it's starting to creep up the sides of the vehicle itself. So that's quite interesting, and we'll get that camera. There we go, dialed in. Yay, stuff's happening.
Whew.
Look,
finally.
You can see the frosty prop lines down there on the GSE on the stand. That looks great.
Filling fast.
Right? Very fast. So to complete answering the question, Adrian, you do have a job, right?
Yes, I have a full daytime job next to NSF, but I also basically I do 40 hours daytime, 40 hours NSF a week, and that's my liking because I love rockets.
Typical German efficiency.
Yes.
And so that's that. Alejandro, did you want to chime in on this one at all?
No sleep. That's how.
Yes, no sleep. Team no sleep. So yeah, this is great. This is what we want to see in terms of them moving into further testing. That makes me a happy guy.
This makes me a confused guy because nothing
Well,
on the
yeah.
tank farm is active, right?
Not that we could see. So, I mean, it did become active very briefly, as we discussed, and then it stopped. And yet we see ship getting fueled or some sort of cryogen and loaded into it. I'm being deliberately vague because that could be liquid oxygen, that could be liquid nitrogen. I'm mostly just confused because we haven't seen any activity from the tank farm beyond that, a few errant puffs and whatnot earlier. So quite interesting indeed to see.
Yeah. The question now is, will this a question is now, what is this liquid? Like, is it oxygen or is it nitrogen?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
We
that
don't
we'll
know.
Be able to definitively say one way or the other.
It's definitely confusing that the tank farm is not active at all.
It's extremely. I mean, classic the confused media button. Of course, I had to say it.
Yeah.
Let's see. So yeah, Christopher Thomas, thank you for the support. Your support helps us to be able to do this. I mean, that's also part of how we do this. Is everybody chipping in and doing the super chats, hitting the like button. It doesn't have to be a monetary thing. Like just basically notifying the algorithm that you like our content. That's how we are able to do this all day. Is one, no sleep, two, y'all support. So thank you to all of our members. Thank you to everyone doing the super chats and whatnot. It's super appreciated, and we couldn't do what we do without you. Speaking of, holy cow, Tom Cray with a $99.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Tom Cray. You are Cray, but you're our kind of Cray. Yeah, I modified the thing that Das always says, but with your last name because it sounds like crazy. But seriously, thank you so much, Tom. That is a huge amount of support, and rest assured, we will turn that back around into more Starship coverage and increasing quality coverage, and all the things that we do, here. Thank you so much, Tom. That's incredibly generous. So thank you, buddy.
Kind of interesting. On the bottom left, you can at least see the pipe that is now frozen.
Right? Yeah, I was looking at that. That's a cool view.
Yeah. Like you can basically see how the liquids get to the rocket, because the parts of the pipes that are not really insulated are getting super frosty as well. So
can we do a narrated video on our channel that's how do liquids get to the rocket?
Yeah, and it's just a video, like a stand video of a pipe.
Yeah, it's just like 5 seconds long. It's like they use pipes, and
that's it. Have a good day.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, good. We're seeing Ship 24 get nice and frosty, which is a super good thing. It means they're moving into testing, and that is what we want to see. So joy.
You could say it's super cool.
It's really cool. In fact, it's cryogenic.
Super cool, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Starship 24 says Atlanta best shuttle. Thank you for the support, Starship 24. Christoph? Yeah, Christopher. Says 10. Perfect. I'm working night. Thank you for the support. Jason, thank you. Very generous. Starship 24 again. SLS or Mega Moon rocket? It's SLS. I'll put my foot down on this matter. I will not even allow discussion. No discussion. No discussion.
Aww.
Jason. Go ahead.
I think it's not that bad of a name.
All right. Well, you have terrible taste, and that's been established. So there you go. I may allow you to have an opinion if you do your homework and watch 2001: Space Odyssey.
That's the baseline now for getting opinions again. Yeah,
and the joke is, who am I to regulate opinions? Of course, you have your own and do your own, but I can still poke fun.
I could watch new media, but media I have not consumed yet. But I also could rewatch Stargate for the 6th time.
Okay, now I'm even more mad at you, because I like Stargate, but I'm so mad at you. But Scott Manley, what's up? Hello. Thank you for joining in on chat. Scott says it should be Gigamoon rocket because that accurately represents the cost. Which, big sad.
But big true.
Yes. Let's see. Travis Cecil says, this can't be a spin prime test. There's 6 engines. 6 isn't prime. Everybody groans.
Oh, 33 is also not prime.
Pause for groans. And all right, moving
24
on.
is also not prime. There you go. But 7 is prime. Ha! Boom.
They hit like that.
Don't
There's a hidden Raptor somewhere there.
Don't say boom. It's too soon. Too soon.
Okay.
Here's a question I don't think we're going to have any sort of like firm answer to, but it's interesting to talk about. And it also lets me mention shuttle on stream, which of course we all know will get fired if we don't. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Saul
That
is
is
asking, how many tiles can a Starship lose before it can't survive re-entry? That is a good question. Again, I don't think we'll know. Like, we're not going to be able to give you a number like 4 or anything like that. But in terms of, you know, what we saw on the space shuttle, there was the one, oh my god, which one? It was like, was it
STS-27?
27? Is that the one where they lost all the tiles?
Yes.
They lost a whole bunch of tiles on the way
And
up.
you survived because of a stainless steel plate
Yes.
covering something
Thank you.
that I don't remember.
It was an antenna cover. So there was a
Antenna cover.
The shuttle's airframe was made out of aluminum, which has a much lower melting point than the stainless steel, or at least the point at which it fatigues to the point where it does not have a lot of its original strength. I am not a metallurgist, but because there was a stainless steel plate covering an S-band antenna, thank you, Chris B, in our back channel, because there was that stainless steel plate there, even though there was no tile, it didn't basically burn into the aluminum airframe because there was a steel plate. So all that is to say, steel is not like aluminum. It's a different material, obviously, and I can't say with any certainty how many tiles they could lose on Starship before not being able to survive re-entry, but it is interesting to think about because Starship is made out of a material that has, retains more of its strength when it's been heated. That's part of the reason why they chose stainless steel in the first place. So perhaps, this is pure speculation, it would be slightly more resilient than shuttle in a given tile loss situation. There's also a difference in entry profiles. The shuttle didn't go into like high Earth orbit or to go to the moon or go to Mars or anything like that. Those are much more high energy re-entries, but like I said, fun to think about and consider the differences between Starship and shuttle. And yeah, Chris Gebhardt in chat reaffirms that S-band cover saved them. Like it literally, that could have been another horrible moment in shuttle history if it were not for a inanimate carbon rod for your Simpsons fans. No, but for an S-band antenna cover, which was made out of steel. So
yeah,
I just
and that was actually 2 missions after Challenger, which was like that was a really close call.
Yeah, that would have been like game over. Like take your ball, go home. No more shuttle. No more national space. I don't know. That could have been bad. Could have been. Let's suffice to say, could have been bad. But you know what's good?
I still have.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think
no. My segue's bad. Go ahead. My segue's bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm curious. No one needed a segue. Can we first hear the segue and then go back?
Yeah. Well, you know what's good? Starship testing. That's good. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I think it also might depend on what tiles you're losing because
yes, absolutely.
There might be more critical zones where there will be more heat generated in that area. So losing a tile at that area might affect your vehicle way more than a tile in another area that might be just on the border.
I immediately think of tiles on the flaps or the flap hinges or any of that area. I think Elon's even mentioned to Tim in one of their interviews that that's a really hard area to solve for the heating problem. And it is, it obviously would be very bad if a ship had any damage to its flaps or flap actuators or any of that hardware, because that is part of how it controls itself on atmospheric entry. So, yeah, very good point to make. Thank you, Adrian. It was worth destroying my segue. So we can see the frost. Go ahead.
I will destroy your segues every time.
Every time.
That's my goal.
Do you have a Segway destroying spreadsheet?
No, not yet, but I think I should make one.
Yeah, you should have one already, buddy. I'm disappointed in you. So yeah, the frost line is steadily climbing. It is up to the hatch now. It's like a third of the hatch right there that you can see on the right side of the vehicle, just to the left of that right flap. That is an access hatch.
Is that the recondenser active behind ship 24 on the right side view?
Interesting. It kind of looks like it.
Maybe Michael can change a little bit of the view so we can see it.
Or maybe it's just illusion because.
I was seeing venting from that direction.
Wait. Can we go back to that other shot, the previous one?
Oh yes. Oh, that's the recondenser.
There you go. That's the recondenser.
That's the methane recondenser going strong. Nice.
See, I wasn't seeing things. It's there. It's venting. Boom.
All right. So now
no boom.
Yeah, no, but thank you. Too soon.
Yeah.
But now we watch for a frost line on the methane tank as well.
Yep.
Interesting. Very interesting. New is asking, why is there a gap between the heat tiles of the fairing and tank section? We can see that on the right side. There is a gap in the tiles. I think the simple answer is they just didn't get all those tiles attached yet. That's like at a weld point, right? Like
yeah, and that's actually between tank sections. That's not between the fairing and.
Oh, you're right.
That's actually part right on the middle of the methane tank.
So yeah, there's probably a weld seam there, and those parts, the seams seem to be, basically the last parts that they do. Was that fair to say? Like they do the complex hard parts last. They do the simple like blanket the whole thing in tiles parts, basically early, and so. Yeah, that's there's probably a weld seam there, and it took them a little bit longer to get those tiles installed, and they needed to get the ship out and tested. So, oh my god, there's a guy with a leaf blower outside my window. I apologize if you're getting noise from that.
I went back to the through our other cameras and tried to find the moment the recondenser spooled up, and it was at 2:24.
Go on.
It seems like. That seems to be the first. I will not. There's no conclusion to this. Just an observation that it's now active for 7 minutes. It seems.
And it is continuous, active, not puffing, right?
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
It's actually active, and not the teasing media active.
Excellent.
Woo!
Excellent. So, like we were talking about earlier, things could have changed. This is a new variant of Raptor on a new ship prototype. So we don't have data for a Raptor 2 ship static fire. But based on our previous observations of what should I say, all previous ship tests, did you even do SN5 and 6 and Starhopper? Did you go back that far?
Yes, I have, but I threw away the raw data because it's useless.
But, yeah, I mean, at this point, it's so old and so different. That makes sense. But you put in the work, I guess, which is the important part. But point being, all previous Starship tests, the data set that we have, or that Adrian has, is, again, could be out of date and old, but indicates that, it's between... What is the time range, Adrian? I know it's like 50-something on the high end. What is it on the low end?
Let me just. I will give you the data and then destroy my own data, if that's okay.
Sure.
Between 1 hour and 34 minutes, if you go by the wide guess.
How long?
34 minutes was the fastest. 1 hour was the longest. That's the wide guess. The average is about 42, 43 minutes. But, and here comes myself destroying my own data. The thing is that we right now saw them starting some sort of LOX load, it seems, before even spooling up the recondenser. This kind of behavior is completely new and absolutely out of the line of anything we have seen so far. So I would call my previous data and every experience we have from previous testing kinda useless. Yeah, I think this is new kind of sequence they might go for. So
yeah, I think it's a
yeah.
good thing to make that extremely clear when we talk about the whole spreadsheets and data set thing. The data we are currently gathering does not matter or does not match anything that we have previously seen. So we need to hesitate when applying lessons learned from previous attempts and tests. But that said, I mean, that's what we have, right? We have the data that we have, and that is what we can use to, at the very least, rudimentarily guess what we might see. So we're not making any bold claims. We're not saying there's going to be some activity from the engines at 2:52 in 10 seconds, but just, again, based on the previous data sets, which do not match what we're seeing right now, that is, there. Have I belabored the point enough? Hopefully I've made it clear.
Yes, I think you made the point perfectly.
Excellent. Here's a question.
I also wonder. Oh.
What do you wonder?
Yeah, no, I'm wondering if this change might be related to testing this more as if it were on top of the booster, getting loaded as if it were more on because when we saw the previous tests, and I guess Ship 20 will have probably done that. I don't know. I'm just randomly guessing here. But when we saw SM15, SN11, and all of those previous, they were loading for a flight on their own. So it was probably a different loading sequence and things like that. I'm wondering whether the change in the procedures and the loading sequence and all of that might be related to just testing it as if it were on top of the booster, which is, it's got to be loaded, through the QD arm and everything once it is on top of the booster. So I do wonder if this sequence has changed to sort of mimic the sequence that they're gonna do once the ship is on top of the booster. But that's a wild guess here.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's a good wild guess either way. An interesting observation and definitely something to think about in terms of how they might have changed procedures and why.
Can I point out something because the question is coming up a lot in chat?
Sure.
That hatch usually vents a bit more, probably because a different
not vents, but has frost.
It has more condensation, more because it's probably different material strength and something in that area. So no, that's not leaking. I see a lot of people speculating is that leak. That's not a leak. We have seen this behavior before.
Yeah, the hatch is not leaking. It's I imagine even it's just thinner or does not insulate as well as the rest of the stainless steel body of the ship. So that part, allows more cold to get out. Let's put it that way.
The hatch vent.
Very scientific. Don't call it that, because then people will start, and then people will be like, "Why does a hatch vent?" And it's like, "Oh my god."
My god. I had that when we initially made the first vent graphics, and we made the mistake of calling the upper vent methane vent, which of course it wasn't. It was a LOX vent that was closer to the methane tank. That was just to make it clear, and I got 50 Twitter replies or so over the period of time where well, actually it cannot be methane because they cannot vent that. And we need to be clear with our naming, because people will get mad.
Though they can actually vent methane, right? They're not supposed to.
Yeah, they can. In theory, they can.
Let's see here. We did the heat shield tiles one. Okay, yeah, here's a question for Alex. Do the ship and booster Raptors use the same methane and LOX ratio mix?
Oh boy. That's an interesting question, because normally so hold on. I'm trying to be a little bit more careful here, because sometimes some rockets do change their mixture ratio as they go up into orbit. So they basically optimize the mixture ratio, and Falcon 9 does that for Merlin, and then even with that, different kind of engines for like they are based on the same engine might have different mixture ratios. For example, the Merlin vacuum engine has a different mixture ratio than the regular Merlin. So if you think about it, perhaps the Raptor vacuum has a different mixture ratio than the regular Raptor. I have no idea, but it could be a thing. So while I don't know the exact answer, I can say that that could be a thing. So, we don't have a straight answer with that. I'm sorry, but we don't have it. But I can say that it could be a thing that we can say.
You heard it here first, folks. It could be a thing.
Someone update the ticker at the bottom, just saying
Please,
it
please,
could
for
be
the
a
love of
thing.
God,
Confirm.
somebody do that. Let's see here. Here's one I don't know the answer to, but either of you might. Ross is asking, do you know if the 3 center Raptors on Ship 24 are still powered by hydraulics or by hydraulics from COPVs under the skirt in order to gimbal? I think, at least based on Tim's Elon interview, these ones are hydraulically actuated and just based on the age of Ship 24. But I could be wrong. Do we know about the gimbal actuators for Ship 24?
Yeah, they are hydraulic.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah,
I somehow knew you would know.
Yeah, they are.
The electric
completely
TVC
hydraulic.
is just very, very new, and it's not even on any of these vehicles.
But interesting side note, and also a plug to our other stream, McGregor Live, where you can watch a lot of engine tests. There was a recent test where we saw them testing some TVC. So that might be one of the tests for the electric actuating. So
we saw a test where they did some testing.
They tested the TVC, so you can see them basically gimbaling the engine on the test stand while firing.
So they did testing while they were testing.
Oh my god! Yes, they tested while they tested.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
In the result to the test, they got the test done.
Yes, they tested while they tested, and they got the test. They also tested testing while they tested.
Yes, a complete successful test.
A successful test of testing as well.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Stop it. Just stop. Just make it stop, please.
You could also be the one who stopped it.
No, never. Never, ever. Let's see here. Oh, and the panel just froze on... God, okay. Here we go. Oh, well, no. Okay, if anyone has a question they want to answer, go for it. I need to reboot some things. Silence.
I got a question as well, so I'm now looking. Well,
yeah, I'm just looking through the chat.
I'm doing a quick AB here, and yes, in the last 2 minutes, the frost ring is still increasing. So they're still, it seems like, bloating something in the LOX tank. I'm not sure if the methane recondenser is still active. But I would expect that to be the case, hopefully. Which would mean that we at some point should see the methane ring to form as well, if that is the case. But we will see what happens. But so far we have no ring, I think, on the upper tank. So far it's only LOX.
Hey, I'm picking some questions. I'm seeing one about the mixture ratio related with that, and it says, why is the mixture ratio different? Inside the combustion chamber, no atmosphere will be able to enter and add oxygen to the chamber. Well, that's a thing regardless. The difference is if you change the mixture ratio, the energy of the reaction of the whole process inside the engine is different, and so you change some of the other. It's not entirely just mixture ratio. Usually you change a few other things in the way of doing that. And that sometimes changes things like the thrust or the ISP or the, well, it wouldn't change the expansion ratio, but you could probably take more advantage of that expansion ratio if you change the mixture by having perhaps a more energetic combustion or things like that. I'm I cannot go into the details because I don't know all the details, but it is usually around, those same lines. Why changing the mixture ratio actually helps. And that's why sometimes you see, for example, Atlas does that for the RD180. They change that during flight as well. And usually it's just to optimize the consumption of the propellant so that you get more bang for your buck, right? That's sort of the expression.
Don't
So
say
yeah.
bang.
Okay, no bang, no booms. Okay, I won't say any of that.
You said it. Just pointing that out. I'm just factually, you said it.
Oh man, this is one of those.
You hate
streams.
me.
Let's see. Pastel the Devil is asking, with the completion of Booster 10's aft dome, is it a concern that booster production will begin to significantly outpace Starship production? I don't think that is really. It wouldn't make sense
Actually,
to me for that to be a concern, because
yeah.
if booster production is outpacing ship, then they can just divert resources and slow down. What is that? There was a lot of venting in that shot.
Yeah.
Was that just the tank farm being active? Was that the recondenser? What were we?
Well,
No, that's not the recondenser.
Yeah, that's the no,
Is
that's
it?
That's the recondenser. Yeah.
That's exactly the
It's going
recondenser.
wild.
That's the
Okay.
constant state we want to see. Like this is good. This is the good puffs, not the bad puffs. This is the good puffs.
Got
I
it.
shall add one thing to that. We expect, because these vehicles come in pairs, right? Ship 24 is being paired with Booster 7. We expect that Booster 8 will be paired, bearing any sort of problems with Booster 7 again. We're expecting Booster 8 to be mixed with Ship 25 and Ship 26 with Booster 9, and Booster 10 will be paired with Ship 27, right? And we actually saw the aft section, both the dome and the sleeve for that one. We saw it, I think it was like a month and a half ago. So actually the ship is way farther along than the booster in that case. For that pair, the ship is actually farther along than the booster. Like we saw the aft section a month and a half ago or somewhere around that. It's on a daily video. Now you gotta look through all the videos to find it.
Excellent. James Atkinson's asking, absolutely loved the members only behind the scenes content for CRS 25. Can we please have a behind the scenes from Boca to, please, Nick/DOS tour of things? I think we talked about that recently, and DOS said he kind of envisioned that as being part of a Starship orbital flight run-up. But at some point we'll have to do that for sure. Some more behind the scenes content is definitely something that we want to do. So keep your eyes open for it on the membership channel if you are a member. Membership channel on the YouTube if you're a member, as part of the member perks.
The membership tab.
Thank you. The membership tab.
Got you.
Jason, thank you for the support. They say, thanks guys, always love listening. We never heard about spin prime tests in previous years' static fire campaigns. Is this something new for Raptor 2? No, I think I'm not sure why that is. I feel like we did hear about it. But no,
we
this
did
is not
hear
new for Raptor 2.
Yeah, it's not new.
Martin, thank you for the support. They say, assuming all goes well with the orbital flight test, how long until SpaceX attempt the first chopsticks catch of a booster? I would say with flight number 2. And they might even attempt it for flight number 1. Who knows?
So I just looked up spin prime.
Okay.
And looked up it in relation to Starhopper. And there's a person called Thomas Burkhardt that published a Starhopper article on July 25, 2019, talking about Starhopper conducting a fuel and oxygen spin prime test.
Yep, that makes sense.
So, Thomas Burkhardt actual.
I might have even been there for that one. I don't know. That's hilarious. So yeah, not new. So how long until SpaceX attempts the first chopsticks catch? What do you two think? Adrian, go first.
The first chopstick catch of a booster?
Yeah.
I think. Oh, can I ask more clarifying questions?
No.
Okay, then I say, because my definition is that they successfully do it, then I say they will do it on the third flight. I'm guessing they will attempt it on the third flight, and they will also manage to catch it on the third flight. I'm believing that once they go for it, they will make it.
So, but wait, do you think they'll attempt it once and not do it and not succeed? Or
No, I think they will not get to the catching part in the first 2 flights. That's my guess.
all right, Alex, what do you think?
I'm gonna say something controversial. Controversial. Oh,
Uh-oh.
jeez.
Alex's
gonna
opinions
say-
are his own.
I'm gonna say it is done when it's done. There, controversial. Because I'm not saying anything. No,
No,
I'm not saying first,
no.
second, or no. It's done
No,
when it's
you're-
done. We'll get there when we get there.
Listen, I just made myself vulnerable with that prediction, and I will not stand here alone. So you give us a number here. Which flight will they attempt the first chopstick catch?
Oh boy.
if
I don't
orbital
even
flight
thi-
goes well. If orbital flight
Okay.
goes well, when?
Okay, so how long until SpaceX attempts the first chopsticks? Attempt, not first successful, right? Okay, so for attempt
Yeah,
between
that's
the
correct.
first and the fifth, I'm gonna say on the first handful of flights.
No range.
One of
Just
them.
give it a number, an
No.
integer, a real number.
Oh boy. Okay, second flight. I'm going with you. There we go.
Hey, everything's coming up,
Now,
Millhouse.
now,
Flip it.
hold on. I'm gonna go farther with this one.
Okay,
How long until SpaceX successfully catches a booster?
third
I
flight.
just answered that. Third flight.
I agree with Adrian. Third flight, which means I think that they'll fail
I
once.
hate you too. I hate you too.
Why?
You were too quick saying that. You should
Oh.
think about it more. Come on.
I had thought about it.
No, the
Third flight.
thing is, Alex, you have all this information in your head, and you like all of these data and important things. And Jack and I are just like, yeah, my belly says free, so I guess it's free.
Also, the thrust is 3. Don't forget.
So I've seen a question here talking about when was the last spin prime. You know what? I'm gonna look back on some of my things that I have written for the actions that have happened.
You mean notes?
Yep, notes and things like that.
Excellent.
Yep.
All right. Well, while you do that, I'm gonna run a couple super chats because I don't want to get too far behind here. We're already 44 minutes behind. Plutonium 239. Thank you for the support. They say, will they use water pumps, the rocket boosters, when going on its first orbital launch? Will they use water pumps? There will probably be some sort of water deluge, but we'll have to wait and see, I think is the answer there. But thank you for the support there, Plutonium. Don't go critical. Andy, thank you for upgrading to Red Team. Mike Zilla, thank you for the support. They say, what do you think is the likelihood they will install teeth onto Starship 24 this week? Teeth?
Heath?
Is that because like the strapped flaps and the cargo door kind of make it look like it has a face?
Oh yeah,
I don't
imagine teeth at the top being like.
Starship with teeth is like incredibly cursed. So thank you for that, Mike Zilla. I cannot get that out of my brain.
It looks like a shark almost. Like shark
Alright.
with then the teeth. Okay, I cannot get it out of my head as
Delta
well.
2 time?
No, it's never Delta 2 time.
Not
Oh,
anymore.
come on.
They've all been retired or flown,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, that's your opinion. In my heart, it hasn't been retired.
Well,
It has the most beautiful blue.
it does. I do kind of wish SLS was that color blue.
So beautiful. I really
Oh.
like the blue of Delta 2.
I'm feeling another poll here.
Blue SLS gang. Delta Blue SLS.
Blue
Come
SLS.
on.
Can we get a poll? Blue SLS versus red red
I'm
orange
like,
SLS.
I'm like Mr. Orange Hoodie too. Like I love the color orange, but I just think a blue SLS would look awesome. Starship 24. Asking about additional emoji soon. Plutonium again, asking about the water pumps. Thank you, Plutonium, for the support. Justin Wayne saying, if no change to the planned orbital test profile, will Starlinks deployed at apogee have enough delta V to achieve orbit? Question mark? I think is the answer to that.
I don't think with the
No.
ion thrusters they will get no, because it takes a long time to be able to raise orbits with an ion thruster. I don't think.
I mean,
No.
So maybe they just chuck a mass simulator Starlink, like a single one, and just like fart it out real quick and be like, "Yep, the mechanism works, done," and it re-enters and it's no big deal.
Also, by the way, someone with good taste on chat, Andrew, all white SLS like the original renders. That's it. That's good taste.
can I make an argument why Starlink with the right now proposed orbital test flight won't make it to orbit?
Go.
Because we know they deployed them even higher during the one where it completely failed because of the solar flare storm things. And if we know that altitude is already critical, imagine being way lower. Like, it would be way, way, way lower, and they would release them there. And so we know that even on a higher altitude, it gets critical to get them to orbit sometimes if the signs are against you. So
But you
I
know
doubt
what?
that they would do it.
Because I'm sort of the Starlink writer nowadays. Because no one will take the Starlink articles. Anyways, actually they're now back to lower orbits. It's just that the perigee right now, instead of being 210 kilometers or thereabouts as they did before, it's now 230. So it's like 20 kilometers higher than before. It's just that they're simply, you know, just not as low as before. But they used to go to a 310 by 320 kilometer, but they were like, you know what, we're gonna go back to just an elliptical orbit, well, a highly elliptical orbit from, it's 230 by 330 thereabouts, like, you know, plus minus few kilometers on both sides. Yeah, it's actually gone back. But as you say, if it was already hard to raise orbit being low, imagine if you were suborbital, right? Then you don't have a lot of time there.
Yeah, and imagine basically releasing giant sails.
Yep.
That makes sense. Good question. Starship 24 says, tell Mechazilla to catch me. Mechazilla says, or Mikezilla says, I got you. There's like a whole conversation of someone pretending to be Ship 24. This is a whole thing. But thank you for the support, all of you, or just you if you're talking to yourself. But thank you for all of that. Gunfox says, movie Discord night possibly. I think that should totally be a thing. It needs to be made into a thing. But yeah, that'd be really fun. Thanks for the $5 there. Kevin, thank you for the 10 euros, they say, for the Adrian Fundamental Movie Rental Fund. The Fundamental Fund. I don't know. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Adrian, you need to watch 2001. I forget what the other movies you need to watch are. Probably Full Metal Jacket, probably...
Nope, didn't watch.
Fifth Element? Come on, tell me you've seen Fifth Element.
Nope.
What? Oh my god, we're gonna get you roasted by chat. You haven't seen Fifth Element?
No, I don't even know that movie.
Are you what? With Zorg and the... Oh my god. Go get off this stream right now and go watch Fifth Element. It's like it's classic. And you've seen Stargate how many times? Oh my god.
5.
Oh my god. I can't breathe. I'm so mad right now.
Oh, can I?
Oh my god. Chris
Yes.
Gebhardt hasn't seen it. What?
Yes.
What?
Chris.
What? Thank you. Chat is showing up in force saying multipass, which neither of you knows what it means because you haven't seen the greatest... Okay, not the great... One of the greatest films in the entire science fiction universe. Go watch Fifth Element. I'm furious.
Patrick also has not watched it.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, Patrick. I'm disappointed in you, but I'm always disappointed in you, so... There you go. I'm just kidding. You do great stuff. But go watch it.
If I told you that I watched it, but I don't remember a thing because it seemed boring to me.
Oh, what?
Would you kill me? It's sweating now. It's like, Oh boy.
I have watched Lord of the Rings probably 10 times.
The frost on the Starship is continuing to rise. Testing is continuing to progress, but I cannot handle that right now because you guys, what is wrong with you? It is amazing. It is an amazing film. Bruce Willis and all his glory. Like, come on. Oh my gosh.
Not looking at chat because I think people are mad at me.
They're mad at everybody. We've all disappointed everybody. Well, I haven't, because I've seen The Fifth Element. What's wrong with you? I can't even. I really can't.
Sorry.
All right, well, on that note, thanks for watching. No, I'm kidding. Pazer, thanks for becoming a PadRat member. Wayne, thanks for becoming a PadRat member. Anchor, thanks for the support. Arthur, thank you for the support. They say, would you do a spin prime test using liquid nitrogen? I would. Dan, thank you for the support. They say, how full does ship need to be for a test? That's a good question. I don't think we know.
Well,
between empty and full, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's definitely striking how full it is actually. I would mark this at least as interesting and striking. Because we have seen static fire tests with way less fuel than this. And spin prime tests.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Like maybe like what Alex said was you know, how maybe this is more to mimic the fueling of ship once it's on top of a booster than what we've seen previously. That maybe that makes sense. Let's see. Dank Jeb is trying to pull his nerd card on me and asking if I've seen the sequel 2010, but I have not. So nobody's perfect. Pobody's nerfect. Terry Heaton, Pobody's nerfect. Terry Heaton, thank you for the support. Anchor, thank you for the support. It says supporting you guys from CERN. Actual CERN? That's really cool.
Oh boy.
Collide some particles for us. Terry
wow,
Heaton?
look at the tank farm.
You know, CERN does more things.
Look at the tank farm.
It's going.
It's going wild.
That's a factory of producing Vandenbergs.
Oh my god.
It's producing launch disappointment. Yay.
Scott Manley in chat says 2010 is a more watchable movie. Its only crime is being a sequel to 2001. Yeah, that's pretty good. I could see that. With that piece of information, I will watch 2010. But first I got to rewatch Arianespace like 3 more times. Lars, thank you for the support. They say thanks for the amazing coverage. Can we see the tank farm activity? I think we're seeing it. We're cutting around. You're seeing it. This is an old super chat, so that probably explains the question. Aerospace saying, what is the latest on Booster 7? Well, we'll see how long it takes them to roll it back to the pad. I think Elon said like next week, but it's almost next week. Wait, it's Monday. It's next week. So
yeah, also it had engine removed. So
or engines.
Yeah, engines.
Yeah.
Engines removed.
Yeah, we've seen some engines being removed.
So yeah, that's a thing. I think the latest on Booster 7 is it's undergoing repairs in the Mega Bay, and we will see how long it takes them to accomplish those repairs. So, yeah, I'm still mad.
Yeah, the chat is still going. Like, the chat is kinda still in the area where they argue that we have no taste.
I'm furious. Oh, I have taste, you don't. I might not have good taste, but at least I have taste.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you answered worm versus meatball correctly, so that's important at least.
Yeah, worm obviously superior to meatball.
Yeah.
Wormball overall.
Mr. Thomas Burkhardt actually thinks, I think, meatball is better.
Yeah, well, I mean, I bet you Thomas has seen Fifth Element though. We need some real time follow-up.
Are you now backstabbing me like that when I for once tried to backstab another person on stream?
Yes, that's how it works here. So, y'all, don't forget, if you have any questions, at NASASpaceflight, we'll see your questions pop up. Maybe we'll even talk more about movies.
That depends on the length of this test.
Let's see. Wow. Holy cow. G. Richards. G. Whiz. Thank you for the extremely generous $100 super chat. That is super awesome of you. And furthermore, you didn't put anything in the text box. You just gave us $100 to keep doing what we're doing and keep improving what we're doing, which we try to do constantly. But you gave me nothing to riff on here. I have no interesting statement about how Adrian and Alejandro are wrong, and also Chris G. Like, come on. But seriously, thank you so much. That's an incredible amount of support. And we could not do what we do without you and without everybody's support. So holy cow, thank you. Maybe we'll have some follow up on a future stream where Adrian can be like, "You're right, I was wrong. It's a fantastic movie. I was bad for not having seen it." It's one of those movies where if I'm channel surfing at somewhere that has cable, because I don't have cable, because why would you? But if I'm somewhere that has cable and I'm channel surfing and I see The Fifth Element, bam, I know what I'm watching. I'm no longer channel surfing. I'm going to sit there and watch Fifth Element until completion. Like, what?
That's like Lord of the Rings for me. Like, that's when I see Lord of the Rings, I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess I don't have to do something else for the next 2.5 hours because now I'm watching Lord of the Rings.
I'm mad. I'm a mad lad. Liz, thank you for.
Or like Harry Potter.
Oh God! Stop!
What? Those are great movies.
Stop it, Liz.
Did you watch Harry Potter?
Yes, of course.
Good.
I read all the books and I watched the movies, and I would never, ever put those movies in the same category as Fifth Element or
These are my childhood. These are my childhood. You just burned my childhood.
Buddy, hey, I went to bookstores dressed up as a stupid wizard as a kid.
Me
Like,
too.
it's my childhood too, okay? I'm still going to tell you, not as good. I'm sorry.
To be fair, the Harry Potter movies are not as good as the books, so...
I like that this is a completely subjective thing. Like, everyone's allowed to have their own taste.
Absolutely.
If that's not clear, and yet I'm just raking you over the coals.
I mean, somebody put us
clear,
free on stream.
Yeah, if it's not clear, I'm being, I'm joking around and I'm giving Adrian a hard time, but everybody's allowed to like different things. So, there you go. I just wanted to
disclaimer, we are all friends. Like,
yeah, I just wanted to make
joking.
that clear in case people were getting, too serious. But seriously, God, Harry, oh my God. Elon fan, thank you for the support. Atlantis Space Shuttle, thank you for becoming a flight engineer. Wow. And of course, my thing locked up on me again. That is great. But yeah, flight engineer is one of our higher levels of support. So thank you, Shuttle Atlantis. I know you've been a member for a little while now, at least. I've seen you in the Discords, so thank you for upping your level of support. That is superb. Chris Roberts says, "This is like being at school. I'm sorry. I truly apologize. That was not the intention for what this should be like. I regret my decisions." The Shrew is asking, what Harry Potter house would we be in? Adrian, what house are you?
Hufflepuff.
You would be a Hufflepuff.
Yeah,
Alex,
it's close to the kitchen.
Alex, what house? I feel like Alex is Slytherin. I feel like Alex is hardcore Slytherin.
No, I just don't like Harry Potter. I'm sorry. I watched like 3 or 4 movies, and I just got tired of the whole thing.
That's fine.
What?
But that's also exactly what a Slytherin would say. So.
No, that's not fine. Why are we saying that is fine? Because that's not fine.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You haven't seen all the good things, so you're not allowed.
Yes. Oh my God.
Doing a quick A/B test on the ship, it is still like the frost line is still increasing. We haven't like reached a steady state. And by the way, there's a poll in chat if you have seen The Fifth Element. I'm very curious to see where that poll ends up. I think you all know which one you are supposed to. I think you are a Slytherin, Alex. I think you know which one you're supposed to. Which one you're supposed to.
Yeah, I just got a DM saying you're totally Slytherin. It's like, really?
Yeah, no, you are.
I don't even know.
You are. I don't know what house I would be, but I don't care. But whatever house you want to sort me into, go for it.
I didn't see the poll until now. Have you seen The Fifth Element? Yes, I'm cultured and cool. No, I am Adrian and I like Frodo.
That's amazing. And
I'm getting DMs.
Frodo good. Fifth Element better. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay. Anyways, ship testing, right? Ship 24 on Pad B. Testing good. More data, more better. Focus. Calm down.
Yes, focus. Ship.
Pastel says I'm obviously Gryffindor, just to immediately derail again. But I feel like Gryffindor is the one that everyone wants to be cool in Gryffindor because that's the one Harry Potter's in. So I don't know. I'm not going to claim that I'm Gryffindor. I'm just going to say whatever house you want me to be. I feel like it'd be cool to be a Slytherin. It's like, ooh, I'm kind of like a goth. I'm a wizard goth. I'm emo wizard. Let's see. Let's see here. Where did that go? Where did that question go? I completely lost it. Does anyone have a question they want to answer while I'm looking for the one that I just lost?
Well, the chat is right now spamming their favorite Harry Potter houses. So
yeah, still with that one.
Someone accused me of being a Hufflepuff, which I take offense at.
What? That's the best house.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Their room is next to the kitchen.
That's not good. You know how loud kitchens are?
No, but it's magic. You can't hear it. You just have the shortest walk to the kitchen.
All right. Okay. I'm done with this. I'm putting the Harry Potter discussion off to the side now.
We're putting this to the rest. Okay.
Let's see. Ticonderoga, thank you for the support. They say, "What's the best space-related game?" Oh God, we can't get into the bests here. We're gonna go way off the rails. I don't even feel I mean, KSP I think is probably the easiest answer. But thank you for the support. Liz McQuaid, thank you for the support. They said go watch Fifth Element. I agree. John says watch the movies. Adrian, thank you for the support, John, and I agree. Mars Labs, thank you for the support. Doc Watson, thank you for the support. Chris von Schweenitz, thank you for the support. They said the movie for Neuralink is Brainstorm. Have you seen it? Prophetic. No, I haven't, but I will add it to my list. Fabian Bot asking if both propellants are loaded at the moment. Right now, we're only seeing frost on the liquid oxigen tank. So there you go there. Thank you for the support.
One an oxidizer and one a propellant?
Stop. They're both propellants. One is fuel, one's an oxidizer. John Malkin, thank you for the support. They own Fifth Element on DVD. Vassal, thank you for the support. They say thank you from Ukraine. I'm just trying to get through some of these. We're getting way behind on the super chat, so I'm just gonna run through these real quick, and we can do some more questions from the viewers. If you guys, Adrian, Alex, if you're in the panel, add some questions to the queue if you see any that pique your interest while I'm going through these.
Yeah, the problem is they're still talking about the movies.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, maybe we talk about movies for a little bit. I mean, a little bit more, I guess I should say. Dan M, thank you for the support. They say perhaps Segway Destruction is just one tab on the Trolljack spreadsheet. Life is one tab on the Trolljack spreadsheet. Andy P, thank you for the support. They say which liquids, gases are filled via pipes and QD? I think it's what? Helium, nitrogen, obviously oxygen and methane. And is there anything else besides those four?
Well, they have helium and gaseous oxygen, gaseous methane, and nitrogen. So they have a bunch of things, of fluids that go into the vehicles.
Yeah, I guess there's fluids and there's also gaseous, like take up and return. There was a daily
gases are also fluids.
No, they're gases.
And gases are fluid. Because that's the whole point of gases.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. I just wanted to be difficult. You're right. Mike. Oh, but yeah, there was a daily recently where I think Nick got some really good shots of one of the QDs, and it's like got all labels on it, and you can take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's somewhere on our YouTube channel. Mike D saying, how exactly do quick disconnect hoses work? Well, it's a hose, and then it disconnects quickly. I'm sorry, I don't know more detail than that. But yeah, it's a hose. It disconnects quickly. Ralph, thank you for the support. I feel like it's a really unsatisfying answer, but I don't think we know more than that, do we?
No, I don't think so as well. At least I don't know. If there's a person that knows more, probably Alex, but I don't think even he knows because Yeah, it's
Wait,
a host of
I was
quicks.
looking through the chat, so I didn't get that.
How do
that
quick
question.
disconnect quick?
Well, you just got something that pulls the disconnect, maybe hydraulics or I don't know, like just gotta pull.
All right. Ralph, thank you for the support. They say delighted to be watching potential tests with the NSF Team Chaos. What is the chaos? There's no chaos. This is
Well,
I
this is
said that at the
finally
beginning.
I know you did. I'm just saying this is finally orchestrated madness, not chaos.
yeah, there was a post on the NSF Discord the other day, which basically showed I think Hagen, Chris G, and Thomas in an NSF live, and then us three in an NSF live, and the subline was basically, oh, these two teams have very different kind of approaches, and it was like, yeah, I mean, we kinda knew what we signed up for.
Das is saying in our back channel that you can't just pull a pressurized system and has some sort of pins or something that secures it during pressurization. So the hose itself needs to have something that like disengages from the socket itself, and then yeah, he says if pulling alone worked, it would blow out due to pressure during fueling. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Das. It's almost like he's here. Let's see. Gary, thank you for the support. They say NSF, please link to Elon's voter voice petition so starships can use Starlink revenues. I have no idea what that is, but thank you, Gary, for the support. Cole, thank you for the support. As he has the grass vent started. Lol. Stop it, Gary. Or no, stop it, Cole. Remy Turk, thank you for the support. So they're saying we're seeing heat leaking into the hatch. We're seeing the hatch leaking heat into the ship. Yeah, I would say that's a correct assessment. Desmo Bluefire, thank you so much. They say the hatch is thermally isolated from the body of the ship due to the seal they use. As such, it gets cold faster than the body of the ship. That's why it has more vapor. Sure. I'll buy it for $1.
Actually, for 10.
Yeah, correct. Thank you for the support there, Desmo. Jim, thank you for the support. They say due to B7, I can't take my eye off S24 testing. I think we're all kind of in the same boat. Richard Palmer, thank you for the support. Can confirm that H2O is condensing, not gas leak. Yeah, that's definitely not a leak. This shows you how far back we are in the super chat queue that we're going to the hatch comment. So yeah, I'm just gonna run through a couple more of these. Marcelo, thank you for becoming a red team. Shantanu, thank you for becoming a red team member. Dan, thank you for becoming a Capcom member. DJ KY, thank you for upgrading to red team. Wow, Atlanta Space Shuttle, that was the flight engineer upgrade coming through. Ellen, thank you for becoming a pad rat. Tommy, thank you for becoming a red team member. This is awesome. This is a lot of new members. And let's see, Mr. Goat, thank you for becoming a Capcom member. I'll just really quickly, the membership program is a thing. You can find it under the under the play button and whatnot not under the play button, under the video screen in YouTube. On iOS, it's a little bit different. I think it's like a $sign that you tap and you have to choose membership or super chat. But yeah, membership program, key way to support what we do. You get cool perks at various levels. You get various different perks like Capcom and above. You get access to our Discord, which if you think this stream is wacky, oh boy, you'd like our Discord. But yeah, thank you to all of the new members. That's really awesome of y'all. Liz McQuaid, thanks for the support. So they look forward to the chopsticks catch on the second flight attempt. Pascal, thanks for becoming a launch director member. That's awesome. Launch director is a huge amount of support, so thank you so much. Chris, asking if they're loading methane. Right now, it does not appear that they are. Atlanta Space Shuttle again. That one's popping up multiple times here. Andrew Cap, they say chicken good. I wonder if that's a spicy chicken joke. Chaz or Chazzy Mac, thank you for the support. They say it's time to update your applications and interview questions. I cannot believe NSF staff let this get through. Lol. Okay, well, I just let it get through. It was me. Ryan says if you haven't seen Solaris, you aren't real space nerds. I don't think I've seen that. Darn it, I guess I'm not a real space nerd.
Oh, yep. That must be the one they go to the sun or something? I don't know.
That sounds like Sunshine, the Danny Boyle film. That was really good. I haven't seen Solaris,
okay.
though.
Then I don't know.
William Hoke just watched Fifth Element with all of his 6 kids about a week ago. That's being a good parent, if you ask me.
Also watching Harry Potter with you. No, stop.
No, that would be good. I'll buy that. That's definitely good. Not going to hear me grumble about that. CD91, thank you for the support. They say on this day, July 18th, 1966, Gemini 10 launched. NASA's Gemini 10 was to conduct a double rendezvous and docking test with a person crew in orbit. Thank you, CD. Paul Tompkins, I'm just going to assume that's correct. Paul Tompkins, thank you for the support. They say, as an aside from Birmingham, UK, 36 degrees today, record overnight temp expected. Our meteorological office's map looks like Mars. Yeah, my hats off to all of you out in Europe right now, in England, just baking in the crazy temperatures. Alex, is it super hot for you?
Oh. We're seeing venting from the vents on the sides.
Oh, look at the engine chill vents, right?
Yeah, engine chill.
Who wants to talk
Michael
about...
quickly in back channel being like, hey, engine chill, and it's like, I noticed.
Well, you did.
Engine chill is an interesting point because this is kind of usually one of the last steps we observed before the conclusion of a test.
12 minutes,
actually,
right?
Yeah, it's like it's 12 minutes. It has in the past been a very solid indicator. Like that has been basically the go-to indicator to get to know, okay, how close are we? This was basically the alert your friends moment.
Yep. If you remember from our Starship flight streams or any of our old-fashioned tank watching streams with a Starship on the pad, the engine chill vent is an extreme, like recondenser, like we were talking about earlier, there's some variation in the data. It could be as quick as 30-something minutes or as long as an hour. Whereas the engine chill that we're seeing now, which we used to call the tri-vent, but is no longer tri, so we're calling it the engine chill vent, is like rock solid reliable at 12 minutes, right?
Yeah, just to give some random, just 6 tests in a row I picked. I have 11:50, 12 minutes, 11:53, 11:54, 11:54, 11:48. Just some random tests I grabbed now.
I specifically remember at least one Starship stream where you predicted the T0 to within a couple seconds, or 1 second, or something like that. And
yeah, it was 2 seconds off, and I was super mad.
Well, hey, way to go. So yeah, this is great. This is a sign that testing is progressing. It's interesting.
There was actually a question about this, whether the engines will chill before the spin prime. Well, you know what? Now you have the answer. Right
they are chilling. Look, and you can even see some condensation coming from underneath the skirt there, that from the engines themselves. It looks like, unless that's the engine chill vent, and the angle is getting me. Maybe that's what's going on. But yeah. So this is very good. Just because I'm sure we're gonna get questions about it, because there is no frost line on the upper tank does not necessarily mean that there is nothing in that upper tank. There could be something in the dome, in the sump, or whatever you want to call it, but not enough to actually reach up and touch the sides of the vehicle and make it frosty. Or it could be that there's nothing in that tank, and we are seeing just loading of liquid oxygen right now for this test, and they'll use something else for the methane side, like maybe, I don't know, liquid nitrogen, because it's inert.
Yeah, how about not igniting this prototype?
Yeah, please no. I think
please no boom. Hashtag no boom.
I think I speak for all of us when I say I want to see an orbital flight happen, and I want to see it soon, and that means no damage to Ship 24, please, from an unintended ignition.
I'm gonna say this venting is just amazing. It's
beautiful, right?
Hypnotic. Yeah.
We should do a video on YouTube that's just 10 hours of Starship venting.
Oh yeah.
Like ASMR Starship.
I will sign up for that. Just, slap it, ship it.
Slap it.
We need to give it these relaxing titles that all the other lo-fi videos have, like relaxing Starship venting beats.
To study
tanks too.
To study and watch tanks too. Yeah, there you go.
Yes, like that. We should that needs to be shipped.
Lo-fi hip hop Starship beats to study and watch tanks too.
Yes, perfect. We got it.
I'm not laughing hysterically, but rest assured I am thoroughly amused.
Yes.
People are basically saying, "Hey, it's pulsing." And if you remember back with the Hop era, so to speak, they used to sort of pulse sometimes the vents, the tri-vent, and all of that. I'm wondering if it's related, but that was way closer to T0. I don't think we're that close to T0.
I think
To the test time.
at some point, and Adrian, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. At some point in the relatively recent past, the behavior of those vents changed from previously with Starship test flights. We saw them sort of turn on, and then just before ignition they would pulse. And whereas now the behavior that we see is they turn on, they pulse, they do their thing. So I don't know that pulse isn't really an indicator of anything anymore at this point. Whereas before, it used to be, what was it? It would pulse like, what, 12 seconds
15,
or something?
Yeah, 12, 13, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And yes, it changed. It's now more volatile, I want to say, in its behavior than it was on previous prototypes. So I don't know what that means for the flow or why that did that change, but that basically is a difference compared to our earlier prototypes.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what is our T0 based on the engine chill vent starting time? Adrian.
It started around 3:18:35.
Around an exact second, huh? You're gonna say around, and then you're gonna provide an exact second, as if you normally track things with more precision than just like you go to, what do you go to, like the 100,000th of a second, or how do you?
Yeah, basically we are now 6.5 minutes into this engine chill vent. So disclaimer again, this is based on old data. Yeah,
but it's the data we have.
Yeah, it's the data we have, and we are talking about like 6 more minutes. I would say like, I'm just gonna say 3:31-ish, and then we will see what happens. Because it, for example, in the recent booster testing, that vent went on for like 30 minutes. So yeah, it's a bit different, it seems, and we will see how it will change now. But this is an interesting data point and something we at least know from before. Like this is something that older tank watchers can see and like, yeah, I know this. So maybe we'll learn something from this, how stuff changed, and that's IMO very exciting.
Yeah, I'm super excited for you to get some more data to track and to learn what a Starship countdown looks like at this point in the program, because it's undoubtedly changed significantly just based on what we're seeing alone today. Let's see here. It's just so cool watching those watching the engine chill vents like turn on, sort of like a waterfall of locks, and then shut off. And it's just yeah, you said it right, Alex. This is like hypnotic. It's like mesmerizing.
Yeah.
It's really easy to like anthropomorphize the ship too. Like it's like the ship is coming to life and breathing. It's just it's really you love to see it. You love to see a ship on the pad coming to life, right?
We should probably explain what we expect will be the visuals of this test, right?
Yeah, please go.
Yeah.
So what we expect is basically a giant stream of like condensation or fog or something, like white clouds coming out of the engine section in a very like directed way.
Yeah, like a coherent energetic plume.
Yes. That's basically what we expect as a spin prime test. So what you would see probably here is, since the wind is kind of not helping us on the left view right now, what you will see is a sudden like pulse of cloud coming from the bottom of this ship. So watch for that as the spin prime test. That might happen any second now.
Steve Hoos in chat says not like Booster 7, lol, but yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like Booster 7, just minus the boom. The test of Booster 7 looked great right until it didn't. But it really It did. Like, that is, if you're wondering what this test is going to look like, it is not a bad idea to look at that booster test and just imagine no explosion happens and only the venting that you see initially occurs, and that is that. So yeah, like Adrian said, we'll keep our eyes at the base of the vehicle there. Luckily, pad B is like nice and kind of out in the open almost, so we should have a good view as to what is going on there.
Venting is just crazy. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's going. It's doing the thing.
Can you imagine something like this on top of the booster? Like up the tower and everything? It's gonna be amazing.
I don't think it's the spin prime yet, because if you look at the right side, it looks like the venting is more coming from the left of the ship and not from the bottom of the ship yet. But this seems like it's close. Yeah, you can see it here as well. The below the ship is still clear.
Yeah, that's basically the venting from the engine shields goes down.
Yep. Definitely, we're gonna need to pray to the vapor gods that we get a nice little puff of wind, or that those engine chill vents afford us a view from this up close camera. But either way, from all of our cameras, we should be able to see, at least from a couple of them, what was going on. But yeah, let's see. I don't want to look away, because something could happen at any second. Like, we have a whole bunch of super chats coming in, a whole bunch of new memberships. Thank you to everybody for the support. We're just taking sort of a pause on things while we're in the count here. To keep your eyes on the base of that vehicle. I keep resisting the urge to make jokes about how this is cool, because it's all frosty.
It's very cool.
I'm just glad I don't have any spicy chicken that I'm forcing myself to eat, because I'd be dying right now.
As a European right now that lives in the heat, with this heat wave, I want to be there, like below that vehicle.
No, you do not. You don't want to be below it. You don't have a death wish.
It seems like very cool.
I mean, fair. It'd be like at an amusement park or something, where they have like the fans that blow the mist at you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 3:30. We are, based on data that we have gathered, that Adrian has gathered, we're around the time that we expect things to happen, although with the caveat that procedures and timings could have changed from our previous observations.
Have you seen the flaps? They are frosty too, because it's coming, so the vents are basically
blasting the flaps.
Yeah, making the flaps be frosty. It's amazing.
It's kind of a cool look. You know, they have like oxygen bars where you can breathe like pure oxygen or whatever. They should just have like a waterfall of it that you can stand in like this. I'd go to that. I've never been to an oxygen bar, but I would do that. No? Okay, fine. My idea is stupid.
I don't even know what is an oxygen bar.
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's like a bar that you go to, but not for drinking. You go and you breathe pure oxygen, and it's like, I don't know. Is that like an LA thing? I don't think so. I think it's a pretty normal.
I never heard that in my life.
Yeah, I mean, it seems kind of silly to just go and breathe pure oxygen, but I guess it feels nice. I don't know. Like I said, I've never done it. So we are watching the base of the vehicle. We are keeping our eyes on things for the test that could be imminent. Timmy in chat says we need it in LA because of all the smog. It's pretty smoggy.
Just make sure to not breathe on candles and things like that afterwards.
Yeah, no, that would be bad. It's like, must not look away, must not look away.
Yeah, I'm staring at this right now.
What did you say, Adrian? 333? 334?
No, 31. We are past.
Okay, we're past it. No big deal.
Yeah, but that's... I expect.
No big deal? Boo, Adrian. No.
Like, I expected that. It's basically a new infrastructure at this point, and again, the booster test already was different. So
enough.
one part of me right now kicks past Adrian for not timing that booster test, which I will now do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, you didn't?
Yeah, I
But you were sick.
kinda,
You were also kind of under the weather, right?
Yeah, basically I had COVID for the last week or so.
Yikes.
But it was also kind of late for you, right? It was
Yeah,
like
it was late. I had
almost
COVID. I was
midnight.
like, no.
Well, I say for you, and we're actually in the same time zone, so.
Yeah.
And I was on that stream.
One of
I
the
still
things
don't-
that always will confuse Alex and me, we are in the same time zone.
Yeah, no, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Spain is very far away from Germany, right? Like, well, how? I don't understand. I think
History, that's how.
Well, also Europe small, I think, is also part of it.
Yeah, well, the US has multiple time zones.
Yeah, because US big is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
America, don't you mess with my America. So yeah, we're waiting to see what we can see from underneath the vehicle, looking for the signs of a spin prime test happening, which would be, like we said, a coherent, energetic plume of vapor, presumably LOX, being ejected from the engines, which is like, it's a pretty obvious thing. Bradley Spies in chat says this bad boy can pack so many times. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
That is a spin prime test.
Yep.
Let's see if we get sound. Maybe. Maybe not.
But yeah.
But yeah, that's what we were looking for. That was the test that we wanted to see. A good old fashioned spin prime test.
No boom this
Without the
time.
boom.
Yeah,
Without any.
minus the boom,
Yeah.
which is very good.
That looked good. Like to my eyes, that looked good.
Yeah, I'm promptly
Normal.
going back. I'm promptly going back and looking at that like over and over again. It looked good.
You
to
know, you
me.
were off by 3 minutes. It happened at 3:34:40 something. I didn't
There-
get the exact second.
Dare I say, for an entirely new vehicle and entirely new Raptor variant, that was
That's
quite
close enough.
That's quite admirable.
That's also the first data points we really have about this, so it will be interesting to compare this to future pre-burn and static fire tests. Because
Yes.
while this is right now only one, this might get interesting with more. So yes, I like that. And I also like the fact that this vehicle is still standing, still looking good.
There was no boom.
Yeah, no boom.
Cool. So my question is, what are they going to do now? Do we think they'll detank and call it a day for testing? Do we think they'll run the test again? Do we think... I see the banner here says teams will now review the data. I guess that's kind of a no-brainer, but yeah, I wonder what happens next.
Nice
Something
way
that
to
I'm-
trash talk the ticker there.
Something that I'm looking now, reviewing the test, because I'm always curious. It's how they start first the center engines, and then you will see the outer engines. You will see the first, like the stream at first was from the center, and then the outer parts you could see the other outer engines. So like first
It
the
looked like all
center
six.
engines, and then yeah, it was all six, but it wasn't all six at the same time. It was actually a little bit like a couple of seconds off, which is interesting
Neat.
and kind of
Well,
makes sense.
Well, that's super cool. You know what else is super cool? Oh, look, the drone is up. Neat.
That's super cool too.
A drone coming in to do some inspections. You know what else is super cool besides drones and a cryogenically fueled Starship is a cool way that you can support our channel by buying some metal prints. It's a super cool way to get a print. You don't have to worry about framing. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It just goes right on the wall with some cool hardware that's included in the whole package. But yeah, we've got metal prints. Check out the metal prints on our shop. I know I was thanking the members a lot, and I was thanking the super chatters a lot. Another leg on the stool of support for NSF is our shop. So if there's any merch in there that you would like to have, that is another way you can support what we do, and super appreciate it from everybody that is able to chip in, however you're able to chip in, whether it's merch wise or not. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention these awesome metal prints. Like, look at that. That's what an amazing shot. And you super chat, you get something set on stream. You get to the membership, you get all the cool perks and behind the scenes stuff. But if you want a physical thing to have and to look at and to hold, definitely go check out the metal prints, or get a T-shirt or something from the store. So, anyways, just wanted to throw that out there.
About the metal prints is that it's not only Starship. We saw there an SLS one, which is kind of cool, by the way. And more to come, right?
Indeed.
There's always going to be more to come.
Indeed. So, yay! Testing. Starship testing.
Yes.
And we have many hours left in the window, and I'm very curious how these hours will be used, whether they will open the road or do more testing or what.
Yeah, I mean, the normal behavior that we should point out, the normal behavior here is probably that they will now detank the vehicle, save it, and then go to the pad to inspect it. Because we know there's no overpressure notice, so they cannot just go to pre-burner testing now, because right now there's no overpressure notice out. But yeah, maybe they will conduct multiple spin primes. We don't know. But yeah, at least we should point out that at least based on previous tests, the normal following of this would be a detank.
So you're saying explosion not nominal?
What?
So you're saying when there's an explosion like what B7 did, that's not nominal?
No, I think this was a nominal, and let's just hope they're moving this nominal now to a normal safe vehicle, and yeah, a conclusion of a normal test.
I think I just achieved a record number of nominals on the stream. I think you did. Good job.
Yeah, I think so as well. Thank you. Thanks for setting me up there.
Nominal use of nominal.
Yes.
Let's see. Jeff Man's asking, does Starship still have legs? Will they need to improve to allow landings on surfaces like the Moon and Mars? Love the content. I think the obvious answer is yeah, they'll definitely need to improve the legs. The legs that we've seen thus far are just stopgaps. But current Starship prototypes do not have legs because they'll be caught by the chopsticks. But eventually, Starships will need legs because they'll need to land on Mars, at least until they build a launch tower on Mars.
In 2100.
Right. Don't make me sad. Don't make me sad about being a stupid meat popsicle that'll only live to like 2080 something.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's a point, right? They need legs. It's you not everywhere. At least if you want to go beyond Earth with this and want to go to Moon to Mars, you need legs.
Yeah,
because
thanks for
there won't be a
mentioning the Moon
Mechazilla
also.
there.
Thanks, yeah, also Moon. It's not even just Mars, but also Moon.
Just like on the
need
skirt,
for HLS.
Yeah, can we just take a second? Just come on a journey with me. How about? Close your eyes. Well, don't close your eyes because who knows what ship could do. But pretend you're closing your eyes and think to yourself, how darn awesome a HLS variant Starship on top of a super heavy booster is going to look. Especially if they keep it white like the prototype nose cone and like all the renders. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself when that eventually comes to pass and we see a moon Starship, or a moon ship, if you will, on top of a super heavy booster. I'm just going to lose it. I'm going to lose my mind. And I want everybody to imagine it now in your head because holy cow, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's one thing I always try to remind myself when watching these streams. This is not only a dream of SpaceX at this point anymore. This vehicle is not only needed for Elon Musk's and SpaceX dreams. this vehicle is implemented in humans returning back to the moon. And that's just it is selected. It will do that at some point.
Yep.
So this is a really cool thing in my opinion, because it brings this vehicle to a new layer where NASA believes in it, and where a government agency believes in this vehicle to perform these tasks, which makes it so more real and very, very awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think I'm not the only one here that is utterly furious that we stopped going to the moon, and I understand why. I get it, all the politics and the budget and the social change and Vietnam. It's just like I get all the things. I understand. It still makes me no less furious that it's been so long since humans have set foot on the moon, and I am irrationally excited. Well, maybe it's rational. I am rationally excited and extremely excited for us to return. So definitely, that's something to keep in mind when we're watching these Starship tests. This is not just about putting Starlink's V2 in orbit. This is not just about Elon and SpaceX wanting to go to Mars, although that's extremely cool and important on its own. This is also about going back to the moon. So
yeah, imagine like none of us here in this commentator room right now has watched the moon landing live.
Yep. And only one of us has seen The Fifth Element and remembers it.
Well, I'm not sure if Michael has seen it.
Michael, have you seen The Fifth Element? I know you're not going to answer on stream, but you can type in the back channel. He's going to say, I bet he's going to say no. He said no! He said no. Michael! I thought we were cool, bro. And I've just rendered myself uncool by saying that.
Lots of venting, by the way.
Is the frost increasing?
Well, if it's venting, perhaps that's the reason why.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I think we're going to have to do an NSF movie night, and I think the first movie we do is going to have to be The Fifth Element. It's like we've talked about it, but...
What should none of the people be there that you're right now angry at?
Oh, I don't care. I don't care. You know why? Because Fifth Element is a great film, and I'll be like, woohoo! Fifth Element. I don't need you to be part of it for the fun. Paul Kelly is asking, are they spin prime testing the oxygen and methane turbopumps separately? And I just lost it, so I'm not sure. Where did that go? But somebody jump into that if you want to clarify how a LOX spin prime works.
I'm not sure.
Jack. Yeah, well, I think they're just doing the oxygen side, right? Is that a fair assessment?
As far as I understand this, yes. This was the... Yeah. I think that's the fair assessment here.
So, Raptor specifically has 2 turbopumps. It has 1 turbopump for oxygen, and it has 1 turbopump for methane. And this was probably just the LOX side. What are we seeing here? We're seeing a picture-in-picture. I like this nice picture-in-picture. This is sweet. Nice, Michael. We're looking at the roadblock. We're keeping our eyes on the roadblock to see what is going to happen with that, if they'll open the road or what have you.
Yeah, I mean, we are probably still a good chunk away from them opening the road, because this vehicle is very much still alive and breathing. So there will be at least some time. It would be funny if they start to drive in this second, because that would just basically, kill my credibility on stream.
I mean, part of me is like, but it's just liquid oxygen. Who cares? It's not even like a asphyxiation hazard. And then the other part of me is like, yeah, but it can go pop or something, or there's a reason they clear the pad before doing a test like this. And we'll probably have to wait a while before the road does open, but the picture-in-picture was a cool effect, and we will keep our eyes on that closure and make sure we report any changes that we see when we see them. Let's see. I'm gonna run some super chats really quick because some of them are getting real stale in the queue, and I want to make sure we show our appreciation for everybody that's coming out to support what we do. Josh, thank you for the support. Asking about SpaceX launch streams being different. I don't know if. I mean, Alex, Adrian, have you felt anything different about recent SpaceX launch streams? 30-second or less answer, go.
Yeah, they seem to show less commentary and less host, right? Especially with these Starlink streams. That was not just me, right? I actually agree with this. There seems to be some sort of difference in how they treat Starlink launches.
Hey, it's just the Starlinks, yeah.
Yeah, they seem to be like very non-attentional on the Starlink launches. They're like, okay, whatever, it's Starlink.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they don't even do remotes for Starlink, so, like, it's just... all rocket's good, even if it's just a Starlink. Come on now. Let's see, Brendan, thank you for the support. They say, do you think SpaceX will first try catching Starship from a suborbital launch instead of a booster from an orbital launch? No idea, but thank you for the support. Space Shuttle Atlantis, thanking us for being the best YouTube channel ever. Well, thank you for being the best Shuttle Atlantis. Adrian, thank you for the support, asking if we've seen Moonfall. It's almost as good as Fifth Element. Also, I fell asleep during Lord of the Rings. Boom! Sorry, I said boom. I shouldn't have said boom. I just got excited.
Jack?
I just got excited to dunk about the dunking on the... no, I have not seen Moonfall.
Why is it okay to make like standards what people should have seen and then dunk on one of the most acclaimed movies that has ever been released with The Lord of the Rings?
I like Lord of the Rings. I think they're a fantastic series of movies. I think they're amazing. They're beautiful. But yeah, I'm still going to dunk on it because you're here.
Also, I have not seen Moonfall, even though it was made by a German screenwriter.
I also have not.
Which is Roland Emmerich, who also made the original Stargate, in case you didn't know that.
OG Stargate, like the movie Stargate. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the movie Stargate, the one with, who was, oh god, I forgot it. Who was the Jack O'Neill back then? Kurt Russell.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. Fried Jemmy, thank you for the support. They say favorite time travel movie. Mine's Predestination. Does Groundhog's Day count? Because then I vote Groundhog's Day. Next thing I know, you're both gonna tell me you haven't seen Groundhog's Day. Have you seen Groundhog Day?
Boy.
Are you serious?
Wanna go first, Alex?
Next question.
Are you serious? And all the Apple devices in my house are freaking out because I said, "Are you serious?" But are you serious?
Oh wow! No,
Chris Gebhardt has seen Groundhog's Day. Chris Gebhardt and I can still be friends.
I love how Chris Gebhardt just chimes in the back channel from time to time, like, "I've seen this."
He's like,
"Don't blame me."
He's like, "You can't throw me under the bus. I saw it." So, Adrian, I take that to mean, you have not. You have not seen it.
Yeah.
And okay.
By the way, because it's coming up in the back channel right now, I've never seen an episode or a movie of Star Trek in my life.
I'm banning you. I am banning you and muting you. I'm doing whatever I can do at you right now. I cannot abide. It took me years of my life to give Star Trek a try. But it's amazing. It's amazing, and you should watch it. And it's amazing.
Oh, Chris' reaction.
Yeah, Chris G is mad. And to be fair, Paul Kelly in chat says I'm naming all English language movies, which, okay, fine. That's a fair criticism of my methodology here. Yeah, Mark in our chat is saying new subchannel. Adrian reacts to.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
I would love this. So yeah, if you're joining us and we're wondering what's going on and why we're talking about movies, it's because Starship did the test and we're now waiting to see what happens next. Do we have a timestamp for the test if anyone wants to wiggle around on the timeline there?
I believe it is 3:34:40 something seconds.
All right, perfect.
So about 20 minutes ago.
Let's see. Why does this keep locking up? Why does my iPad hate me?
Just don't use it. Don't
No,
use
I-
Apple.
No,
Yeah,
what?
come on.
Stop it. You're just trying to get me back because you haven't seen Groundhog's Day. It's not my
I didn't
fault.
say anything.
It's not
I
my
didn't
fault
say
you haven't
anything.
seen it. It's not my fault. It's a fantastic, classic film.
Getting
I didn't
DMs at
say.
this point, by the way. Multiple.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
getting multiple
too.
Discord DMs at this point.
Oh, this is great. Now I gotta think of some more movies that you absolutely should have seen that you haven't. Alex, thank you for becoming a Padrat member. Renato, thank you for becoming a Padrat member. Chazzy Mac, thank you for becoming... No, Chazzy Mac, thank you for the support. They say Star Trek over Star Wars because we are closer to Star Trek reality. I don't know that I agree with the closer to that reality part, but I do agree. Star Trek better than Star Wars. Don't at me.
Okay, hold on. Independence Day. I just saw that on chat. Independence
Fantastic
Day.
film. Great film.
Okay. I watched
have
that this morning.
Good job.
I have basically watched every visual media that has ever come out with the title Star Wars, just for the protocol.
I'm sorry.
What? Why?
I'm not going to start. Atlantis.
Star
thank
Wars?
you.
You're not gonna Star Wars? Okay. Bye.
I'm not going to start a Star Wars war. How about that?
Oh boy. I think I made it worse.
Atlanta Space Shuttle again with some more support. Chris, thank you for the support. Says ignored my question. Are they loading methane? We haven't seen them load methane. There's no frost in the methane tank, so it is our observation that it appears that methane was not involved in today's test. Sorry if your question got lost in the fray there. Pascal, thank you for the support. They say I'm cultured and cool, and I like Adrian and Frodo. All right, I can get on board with this. Dilwyn, thank you for the support. They say House of Muggle. Bill Sparks, thanks for the support. They say keep on keeping on. Mr. Non-Air, thank you. Duke Acton, thank you. Tommy, thank you. Saying I hope there is no big bada boom today. Thank you everybody for all the super chats. William Hoke either knows me or is just really cool. They say Red Dwarf or Star Wars. I say 10 million times over Red Dwarf is better than Star Wars. There, I said it. Foray. Neither of you have seen Red Dwarf, right?
I mean, the other movie is so unknown that I cannot even argue because I have not seen it.
Oh my god. Forays, thank you for the support. They say they're talking about the hatch. The hatch was not leaking. It's fine. Let's see. Jordan Mack, thanks for becoming a Red Team member. I swear I'm going to get through all these. Arvid, thank you for the support. They say, have some of you gotten a tour of Starbase? What does gotten a tour mean? Like SpaceX gave us a tour? I don't think any of us have had that happen, but we have definitely spent a good amount of time there. At least I have. Obviously, Mary lives there. Obviously, Nick lives in Brownsville. So, yeah, a bunch of members of the team.
I've never left Europe in my life.
Well, maybe if you watch some good movies, you'll get like motivated to. I don't know where I was going with that.
I will visit the States when Psyche finally launches.
Good.
Yeah, in 2030.
Stop it. Jason, thank you for the support. Frankly, thank you for becoming a Padrat member. Overlord Raven says Fifth Element, the Diva song, have this whole soundtrack, right? They don't even know what we're talking about, but that's their loss. Space since
By the way,
1960.
I'm not that far off with the Psyche, okay? It's getting delayed. Every payload by Falcon Heavy is just getting delayed. I'm tired of that. Come on.
I mean, welcome to Falcon Heavy, buddy. It was 6
It's
months
not
away.
It's not the Falcon Heavy itself. It's the payloads for the rocket that are getting delayed.
Yeah, I mean, fair, but I just have flashbacks to Falcon Heavy before it ever
just
launched.
delayed another year, and it's another payload on Falcon Heavy.
Well, it's just how it goes. It's just you gotta really appreciate the ultra heavy rockets when they launch because you don't get them that often.
But I want it now.
Well, I don't care how. I want it now. What movie is that? What movie is that? Adrian, what movie is that quote from?
I know that.
Don't care how. I want it now. Don't look at chat. Chat won't help you.
Well, I'm only thinking about the Queen song right now.
All right. Well, it's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So.
I have not seen that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Or wait, maybe it's Charlie. It's Charlie in the Chocolate Factory because Willy Wonka is the new one that's horrible. It has Johnny Depp, but Charlie and the old one, the original, that's the good one. Wow, just wow. We should somebody make a list. Somebody make a spreadsheet of movies Adrian hasn't seen, and that's the movie night movies we'll have. Space Nut, thank you for the Pad Rat membership. We hope you appreciate your perks, all the cool members emoji, the behind the scenes stuff. Jason Garber, thank you for the support. To say, do you think HLS, Human Landing System, will be ready for Artemis 3, or do you think Starship will cancel out SLS? No, that's a barrel of buckets of worms. It's a lot of worms either way, one way or the other.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Starship has this magical quality where it simultaneously feels like it's moving at lightning speed and also like molasses, like frozen molasses.
It's fast for rockets, but it's still a rocket.
It's still slow on a human time scale because we only live stupid 80-something years if you're lucky. Wigan Creative, thank you for the support. They say, what's up with the taped up flat? Getting some kickboxer vibes here. Thanks for the stream. I think it's just a matter of that's part of the tile installation process. Or maybe they had some broken tiles there. But yeah, that's just kind of, we see that all the time. Nothing to really write home about. Duke, thank you for the support. Talking about Fifth Element, visuals, and venting. Ghost of a Sun, thank you for becoming a Pad Rat member again. Starship Gav, thank you for becoming a Pad Rat member. Gene, thank you for becoming a Capcom member. A whole bunch of new members. I'm loving it. Thank you so much. The membership program is so key because it's not just based on how many times we stream or what launches there are or how many people watch the video. Like, the membership program is absolutely key to what we do because we get that monthly commitment from our members to support what we do, and we can plan things out and we can make cool videos and do stuff that's not necessarily 100% monetarily driven. You know, if we want to do a video about I don't know, the Roman Space Telescope, which we just recently did, and it's amazing and you should watch it. Mods, if you can throw a link in chat, that'd be great. But yeah, we can do stuff like that because of the membership program. So thank you to all of our members. Mitch Bunks, thank you for becoming a Capcom member. Again, you get Discord access at Capcom and above. So please jump into our Discord and say, hey, Rudy, launch director member. Thank you, Rudy. I'm said it before and I'll say it again. Thank you so much to all of our members. You guys rule. You seriously rule. I love that Roman video. It's such quality. And if you become a member, fun fact, we threw up the entire interview with Jonathan McDowell on our membership tab so that you can watch the entire hour-long interview that goes all over the place with Ian and Hagen absolutely nerding out like full nerd.
About that video? It's voiced over by Ian, which has a way better voice than me. So check that out.
Hey, you don't need to put yourself down to compliment Ian. Ian has a great voice, and you have a great voice. Everybody has a great voice.
I don't. Yeah. And I have a crappy microphone and everything.
No, you sound perfectly serviceable to me, and your accent makes things feel more of the world, and I enjoy it. So don't put yourself down. Joe, we got like 4 more of these, I swear. Joe Love, thank you for the support. They say maybe they should fly a drone around carrying a flare to see how safe it is, but seriously, why isn't there some kind of flare stack? Well, there is. It just doesn't flare anymore. In fact, if you look at this view that we're looking at right now, and you see that palm tree on the bottom right, just above the word "some" in the lower third there, that pipe that looks like it's sticking up out of the top of that palm tree is the old flare stack, and now it's mostly a vent stack. So yeah, they did have a vent, or they did have a flare. They no longer use it because they use the methane recondenser. So, oh my God. Okay, Don in chat says Contact was good. Contact is an amazing film.
Oh yeah.
Have either of you seen Contact?
Oh yeah, I've seen it many, many times.
Adrian?
It's really
good.
Sorry,
my connection was a bit sloppy there. What did you ask?
Have you seen Contact? Chris Gebhardt has.
Oh, sorry, it's another tunnel. Sorry.
Have you seen Contact? I can do this all day, buddy.
He's going through a wormhole.
Oh, that's a very long tunnel, man.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll ask you later.
No, I think.
I can't tell. Alex, I can't tell if you have or if you're just saying that you have to shut me up.
I have watched many, many times. I am actually a fan of that movie. I really like it.
I still don't believe you.
I'm not. Hold on. I can quote you even phrases. They should have sent a poet.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Film, okay.
All right. You passed the test.
I'm gonna throw spoilers.
You passed the test. You passed the test. Good job. I'm proud of you. for once. We're looking at Starship right now. It looks like it has a fully fueled or fully frosted LOX tank, which is interesting. Nothing on the methane tank still. Unsure where they're going to go with this test, but we're all hanging out and shaming each other about what movies we've seen or not seen, or
Actually,
like or not
it doesn't feel like we are shaming each other. Just for context, it feels like more. It's a very one-directional shame.
Is it? Is that what? Me? Are you saying me? No.
No.
No. Smart Monkey 777. Thank you. They say someone needs to draw us an anthropomorphized starship.
No.
Thank you for the support. Ricky T, thank you for the support. They say I was born in the 80s and watched the degradation of the shuttle program. It really hurt. And I too was furious. I wouldn't know what to do with myself seeing a moon landing or Mars. Yeah, I 100% I will co-sign on that. It's even just seeing the shuttle wind down. As much as I dislike the shuttle with all of my heart, yeah, that's right, I said that. I was sad to see it go because it's an amazing machine. It's a shuttle good, shuttle also bad. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. William Hart, thank you for the support. They say, how many starships and boosters will they go through to get a working production model? Fifth Element is an awesome movie, in all caps. I mean, we just could pick a number at random. 7. You know, I don't know. We'll see how many it takes until they get there, but I think we're getting close. At least if you consider a starship that can deploy Starlink satellites as a production model, you know.
Huh.
They're definitely getting there soon. Whether that's like 2 or 3 from now or 1 from now, what have you.
It's very hard to define for me working production model, because
I mean, something that can
like,
deploy satellites into a useful orbit, I think counts. So.
I mean, then I would argue this one.
But this one's yeah, all right.
Yeah,
so you would say 0.
Not, yeah, basically the question is not will this, but could this? And I think if it could have reached like a low orbit that cannot sustain Starlinks, I think it could also have reached a higher one. So
yeah, all right.
if you if you believe this one can complete its mission, then you can, I think, believe that this is also in theory operational.
Nick Sal, thanks for becoming a Capcom member. And Bass, thank you for becoming a Capcom member. Is Bass like DOS's like southern cousin? That's a bad joke, I'm sorry. Seriously, we're getting a bunch of new members today. It's super awesome to see. I won't do the spiel again, but thank you so much to all of our members. Pop into Discord if you're Capcom and above and say hey. Dennis, thanks for the support. Adrian asked them if they have seen Ratatouille. Or Ratatouille, or whatever that movie is called, the Pixar movie. I've seen it. Ryan Weber. Ryan, thanks for the support, buddy. Jack, Alex, and maybe Adrian fan club.
Maybe Adrian.
Why?
John Malkin. Adrian's just like, why? Why me? John Malkin, thank you for the support. They say
I watched
Kurt Russell
other
is
movies.
I mean, yeah, but watch some good ones. How about John Malkin is saying Kurt Russell is in an episode of the original Lost in Space TV series. I had no idea, really. I saw the new Lost in Space TV series, and boy, do I have opinions that I don't want to say because spoilers, but ooh, we got some venting.
Wow.
Just listening to that for a second. Do we think this is a depress vent based on its sustained nature and use of literally all vents? Oh, and of course it stopped.
But yes,
that's
I
because
think
you
it's
talk about it. It's like, oh no, Jack is seeing me.
We're getting back into like demented chrome penguin territory with all this frost on Starship. Let's see. Mark Garrett's says the price of 1 month of Netflix in Germany. That is
Thanks,
awesome.
Mark.
Thank you, Mark. So Adrian can finally watch good movies. Some Belgian dude, thanks for the support. They say petition to change the channel name to Nerds versus Geeks.
I mean, to be fair, I would beat you all probably in video games.
That's true, and I never ever want to be in a campaign of D&D where you're the DM because I know you will exact sweet, sweet revenge on me, which is frankly terrifying.
I feel like, just for context, my players are sometimes scared of me because I think I get a way more bad reputation for being a DM than I'm really. I'm a nice DM, very nice.
Yeah, that's what all bad DMs say. Silver Gamer or Silver Games, thank you for the support. They say, have you seen Interstellar? Of course, it's a great film. Adrian, have you seen Interstellar? Go.
I have seen Interstellar.
Okay, have you seen Contact? Are you back in that tunnel?
I have seen Interstellar.
Wow. Okay, Alex, have you seen Interstellar?
It's in a wormhole. Yes, I did.
You know,
All right.
You know what actually is a good way to find out if I have seen a movie?
If it's good, you haven't seen it?
No, you can look if Hans Zimmer did the soundtrack.
Okay.
I
all right.
really enjoy Hans Zimmer as a composer, so if he has done a soundtrack, the chances that I have watched it is incredibly high.
Mike and Marilyn, thank you for the support. They say Soylent Green is people. I'm just going to fill in the blanks there. John Deppner says, had to downgrade my membership level due to reasons, but I'll still give you what I can. Thank you so much, John. JR Stoner, thank you for the support. They say, they became a pad rep member. Thank you, JR. Dat Taco Guy, thanks for the support. They say, Adrian, this is your last card. If you haven't seen Firefly, we will revoke your cards. If it's his last card, what does he care?
No, I have a longer story for Firefly, because back in the days, Stargate was running every Wednesday at 8 o'clock in German television. And then it got removed from the program.
Yeah, this sounds like a no. This sounds like a no to me.
It was replaced by a series called Firefly, which then, as a 13 or 14-year-old kid, I didn't like because it replaced my favorite series, Stargate, that I watched for like 4 years in a row every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So no, I have never watched Firefly because I was mad at it.
All right. Hey, Alex, have you seen it?
Nope.
Me either. Me either. I don't care.
Okay.
Sorry. I tried to like it. I couldn't. I'll try again sometime later. Let's see. What about Blade Runner? Really?
Oh.
Really?
I don't remember it.
I need to
I
Google
think
it. Give me a second.
I've seen that one. I think, but I don't remember.
I'm so mad.
I used to watch more movies when I was younger, so to speak. More like closer to being a kid, let's say. And it's just like there's been so many things going on that I just don't remember some of these movies.
Well, when I was younger, I was busy playing World of Warcraft and playing every Zelda game ever, and Mario and Pokemon and Anno. I played a lot of video games.
So yeah, so did I.
A lot.
So did I.
Kingdom Hearts here.
I was playing EverQuest before World of Warcraft even existed. Come on now. But I still watched good movies.
Yep, but I was busy playing video games every day.
I suddenly am craving a good session of EverQuest. Oh my god. Haven't thought about that game in a while.
Yeah,
Anyways,
once in a few
Gaming
weeks I
day
always
this
boot up
weekend.
World of Warcraft up.
I think that's probably enough for for
Roasting
the old
me.
movie roast nostalgia train there.
Oh hey! Speaking of the flare stack, it's venting.
It's venting. Jinx, you owe me a
There you
Coke. Yep, so that might indicate that they are winding up testing for today.
Yes, I would agree with that. This seems like spooling down activity now.
Yeah, we saw the ship do kind of a big vent, and then now we're seeing the flare stack do a big vent. And now we will wait to see presumably more venting from the ship and the frost line to recede, and that'll be detanking. And then once the ship is detanked, they'll reopen the road. Last Starfighter is amazing, Dougal. That's a great film. I'm sure neither of these two chuckleheads will have seen it. Total Recall is also amazing.
Just for context here, because
So
people
we have
are
a new
speculating I'm like 18 in the chat. I'm 27. Just, it's not my
Yeah.
age. It's more my taste.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want that on a T-shirt, by the way. It's not my age. It's my taste.
Okay, does anyone have any I see some questions here in the queue. Actual questions, not roasting each
I
other
see it.
about movie type questions.
See at the end one. There's just not. Someone please lock these guys in a room with all of us see movies for a week. Yeah.
I mean,
To be fair, that's also what Mr. Chris Bergen suggested in the back channel. They would just tie me to a movie chair and just force me to watch movies.
Yeah, we'll like go
Sort of
full,
like-
we'll go full Clockwork Orange on you and have like the little
Orange.
things like holding your eyes open, and we'll have Chris G and I standing next to each of you with like eye drops going directly into. You don't even know what I'm talking about because you probably haven't seen Clockwork Orange.
I have seen Clockwork Orange.
All right, wow. One,
Me too.
You're one in like 28.
So we had to watch that movie in philosophy in school.
All right.
So that's why we watched it.
So you have
That's why I
seen
watched.
so you have seen a Stanley Kubrick film.
Yeah, today I actually told you the last time we talked about it that I have seen Clockwork Orange.
All right. Well, I'm stupid.
Yeah,
and
I
didn't
went
remember.
raging because people. So, do people know this thing? The video control room at a SpaceX is actually called Kubrick because of a Stanley Kubrick. So there's
Yeah.
that.
I did not know that.
The other
Oh,
one
well,
is
now
called
you know.
Lucas, right?
And yeah, and they also had another one which was called Lucas because of the guy, you know. I
The
don't know
guy.
the whole name.
Who
I
made
don't know
that?
the whole
George
name right
Lucas.
now. Okay.
George Lucas?
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. I'm resisting the urge to dunk on Star Wars.
Don't hurt my Star Wars.
Let's see. How about David Me is asking, how about a poll on when Booster 7 rolls back? This week, next week, the week after, or longer / never? I'm not going to make a poll right now, but Chris B, if you're watching, feel free to. But what do you guys think, Adrian? When do you think B7's going to roll back? This week, next week, the week after, or longer / never?
I think it will be in early August. I think it's based on them now removing engines, and I think it will be a bit longer stay. And I also expect them to have to repair maybe some other areas down at the booster. So I think it will be at least early August. And yeah, we will see. It could also. Oh my God, Chris.
Crispy with the brutal poll. There's a poll in chat about when you think Booster 7 will return. The options are this week, later, and the final option is taken behind the shed and shot, which is not the wording I would have chosen, but hey, it is wording. I will give it that.
Boy.
I'm gonna go with later.
I actually went with the third one because I'm 50-50 on like late or never.
Yeah. No, I think either of the latter two are a good shout, and thinking that it's going to return this week is folly. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. But Elon said that they were gonna be returning it back. Did you
Stop.
believe in Elon?
Stop.
Okay.
Let's see here.
You didn't ask me. I'm offended.
Wait, no, what? No, go.
No,
please.
don't ask me. Don't
No,
ask me.
no,
I
I'm
was
asking-
actually
Oh, no,
joking.
You,
now
you
I'm
probably
wanting
would
to.
have given a date range, like sometime between now and this time next year.
I'm gonna say if it is not within a month, it's not gonna be ever.
That makes sense,
Okay,
because
yeah.
Booster 8 is getting built right now, and at a certain point, why
Yeah.
spend time on Booster 7 if you can just swap over to Booster 8?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Taylor is asking, is it possible for an overpressure notice to be given today for a pre-burner static fire tomorrow? Yes.
Yes. That's it. That's the answer.
Yeah, it's the Mr. Burns yes gif.
Yes.
I connect that so much with you.
Oh man.
I once got that GIF on like 3 different channels from Jack in like a matter of 3 minutes. Every channel I clicked was just Mr. Burns. Yes.
It's a good GIF. Okay, we got the
derailing too
road.
much?
We got the no. We're not dealing. There's no such thing as derailing too much. What are you talking about? We're looking at the road again in picture. We're trying to see if it is open or closed or what. It looks like it's still closed. We can see the sheriffs at the roadblock there, but we will keep our eyes on the prize, so to speak. Let's see. But yeah, a static fire or an overpressure notice could go out for a test today. That is totally possible. We have seen such things in the past. SpaceX to Mars is asking, are we expecting something? Well, we do not know what to expect.
Yeah, that's the interesting part about these tests, right? You never know.
Yeah, sometimes the booster explodes a little.
When would that ever
Little?
happen? No, but to answer this seriously, yes, there's a likely path here, which is the likely path is that they will open the road and inspect the vehicle. But you never know. It could also be that they're moving into another test floor, and suddenly we are into a big test again. So we don't know, and that's why we are still here, because we want to know and we want to watch it.
Oh God, I can't stop myself. Mike Hancock in chat is claiming to pronounce GIF the wrong way, but it's GIF with a hard G. I'm sorry.
GIF.
It's GIF.
I agree, actually. Jack, I agree.
You don't say the graphics interchange format. It's graphics. Graphics. GIF. Don't at me.
This is weird to once be in the same team as Jack in an opinion.
It's just like gift, right?
Welcome to the Winners Club, buddy.
Oh, Chris.
This is the Winners Club?
Yes.
Oh no, Chris Gebhardt says GIF.
Yeah, he's wrong. It's okay.
And yes, this is the day where we completely just out the people saying something in the back channel.
Oh man.
Oh, you actually. Oh, okay. He actually said correct.
I love that our back channel is currently lighting up with GIF versus GIF. Oh
Yes.
my God.
Oh my
Why?
God.
Why?
Okay, just a correction. Chris Gebhardt actually says GIF.
Okay.
Okay, I was about to say, well, then he's Jeopard something.
I say me.
That's what Chris B does, and I lost it the first time I heard him say that. I was like, did he just say Mimi? What is going on?
The one that we all expected to go on.
Yeah, it's true. Jack Daniel is saying, this is the NSF Dream Team, a fever dream.
We're like one joke away from Michael having a PIP of the chat on screen. And people roasting everyone.
Just all caps in Discord. Commentate on the stream. But yeah, I mean, we're waiting to see what happens next. That's why we're kind of joking around and doing our thing. I mean, you gotta do something while you tank watch. And today we are shaming each other for various things in good fun. Not actually. We're all friends here. Let's see. Yeah, Mike Hancock says creator of GIF format said it's GIF after the peanut butter. Guess what? I don't care. It's GIF. I don't care what the creator said. It doesn't matter.
Sometimes you have to overrule the creator.
Sometimes the creator is wrong. Just look at the duck-billed platypus.
The what?
Duck-billed platypus. It's a mammal, but it's poisonous, and it has a duck bill, but it's like a water rat. A duck-billed platypus shouldn't exist. Creator wrong. No? Okay, alright, moving on. Let's see here. Godzilla Rider Gamer is asking, cool name, with the current developments, when can we expect an orbital flight?
Yeah, that's a fun question that will totally not result. Okay, I think the last time I answered this question was before the B7 incident. So I already have some very deep thoughts on this. Should I just start?
Go. Yeah, you already have started. You don't need to ask about starting when you started already.
Good. I was just... Okay,
Go
I'm
ahead,
not sure.
Adrian. Come on.
Okay. My answer, because my previous reasoning was I said December before for the orbital flight. And my previous reasoning was that I expected some issues during the test campaign of Booster 7. However, I didn't expect them to happen this early. So, with the current development and me still expecting them to have some issues during the static fire campaign of B7, I know and don't. I think this is my most controversial statement this year, this stream. I expect a booster flight in early 2023, like a Starship flight in early 2023.
Wow,
January.
that long? That long from now?
Yep. Sorry.
Huh.
In about 6 months, right? It's always 6 months away.
Always. Alex, what do you think?
By the end of the year, sort of like November, December.
I'll agree with that. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. What was the timestamp for the test again?
I think it's on the ticker, right? Well, right now we have the question here.
Oh wait, I got it. Boom.
there you go.
Oh, you said that exact the same time for me.
3:34:40. That's when the test occurred. Now we're waiting to see what happens next. But yeah, you can see the clock in the upper left if you want to scrub around in the timeline there. 3:34:40.
Well, so far what we are expecting is just draining the tanks and saving the vehicle, right?
Somebody in chat is claiming the Queen actually says GIF instead of GIF, and now I'm curious if somebody really asked the Queen to do that.
Oh boy. We should ask Chris about that.
Yeah, Chris would know. I'm resisting the urge to get myself in trouble. Okay, we have a question from SpaceX Gamer asking, how many tiles does Ship 24 have? And I asked Ian in our back channel, who's our resident tile counter, or at least was, and he's saying it has more than Ship 20, 16 to 17,000.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of tiles. Although, Chris G, I know you're in chat right now because you're talking about GIF versus GIF. Chris G, how many tiles did a shuttle have? I know they all varied, and I know you can give me the specific number of tiles per each shuttle, but you don't have to be that specific.
Does he really have that number?
Yeah, see, here we go. He's typing.
Hang on.
He probably knows it.
16 to 17,000 for ship, based on Ian's estimate here. And that is compared to Atlantis, which had 24,300. 24,300. Okay, so it's 24,300 is the number he's giving us, Chris G is. So that's a lot more tiles on shuttle than on ship. And I think
the shuttle also had blankets.
Yes, and also shuttle experts in chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a big difference between shuttle's heat shield and Starship's heat shield is with Starship, because it's just a cylinder blanketed in tiles for the most part, it's a much a lot more of the tiles are exactly the same, whereas on shuttle there was a lot of unique tiles, even shuttle to shuttle. Like a tile from the same place on Endeavour might not fit on Discovery for that. And yeah, I'm being told that is correct. Thank you, Chris G, for the real-time follow-up. So yeah, so that is sort of a benefit of the heat shield design on Starship, and the vehicle design in general of Starship, is that there's more uniformity in the tiles, and so if you have tile loss, it's probably not as much of a pain to replace them, because for the majority of the tiles, you just slap on another one that's, the same as all the other ones around it. But of course you run into specialized tiles when you get into things like the flaps and the nose cone, but yeah, by and large there's a lot of similarity amongst the tiles on Starship's heat shield, which is good. And the second part of that question was, how tall would the tiles stacked be if they were... Oh, I just lost it. I have no idea. Don't make me do math. I don't want to do math. Ian, if you have any idea how tall the stack of 17,000 tiles would be if they were stacked, go for it. And of course, here goes Chris G doing math. Thank you, Chris G. I was like, I don't want to do it.
Channel.
Live math. NSF.
Let's see here. Godzilla Rider Gamer asking if we did more research on the large crop watering drones. It's hard to say. Did we learn anything cool about them? I mean, I've read like a PDF about them, but I haven't learned really anything more cool. I can't speak for everybody though.
The ice is still receding, by the way.
Yep, it is. If you do an AB. Oh yeah, definitely receding. So they're actively removing propellant from the vehicle.
There's the math.
Christy is saying each tile was... This is for shuttle. Each tile was half an inch to an inch thick. So for shuttle, it would be 24,300 inches, that which is 2,025 feet or 617 meters. And YouTube chat is still arguing about GIF versus GIF, which I find delightful. Is a cheesecake a cake or a pie? I argue it's a pie. Moving on.
For me, it's trash because I don't like cheese.
What was the question?
It's not. Don't. We can just leave that one on the table. Like you would. Cheesecake is more of a pie than a cake. Change my mind.
Wait. What's the difference between cake and pie?
Pie has like a more of a pie crust. A cake is more of a, like a fluffy thing with frosting on it. Does not have a crust. Cheesecake has a crust, therefore it's more like a pie.
It's hard to call.
Are we gonna argue about that too?
Yes. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes, actually, a hot dog is a sandwich.
What is a taco?
I just eat it.
Taco? Oh wait, there's a website for this.
We're breaking Alex right now. He's like, just eat it or don't. I don't care.
Basically, there's
is
I don't know what's the
a human because it also has one hole. Come on, let's go topology here.
There's actually a website about this. I don't know which was it anymore. That basically classifies every food in like 8 categories, which is like basically everything that is only at the bottom is like a cake, and everything that has 4 things is a wrap. And I really like that website because it makes things simple.
NASASpaceflight Chris B actual in chat is saying, I'm not taking food advice from someone who's not seen The Fifth Element. Boom.
Okay.
Murray, thank you for becoming a Pad Rat member. Appreciate our members so darn much. Thank you so much, Murray. Johnny Man, thank you for becoming a Capcom member. Once again, thank you guys so much. Enjoy your perks. I'm gonna, you know what? Speaking of member perks, I'm gonna throw some emoji in chat. We were just talking about heat shield tiles, so here's a whole mess of Starship heat shield tiles. Boom. I keep saying boom. Now I'm like thinking about not saying it, and so I can't help it.
I made you say that.
Yeah, you did. You did. It's all you. So, you know what we should do now? We should watch a replay, how about? Because Starship looks like it's kind of in a steady state, slowly defrosting as it's been detanked. So let's watch a replay. You can see on the left, that is a replay as indicated by the large word replay above the frame. And you can see on the right the word live, because that is live. Because we don't like to take our eyes off of rockets on the pad here at NASA Spaceflight. But you can see that spin prime test, no ignition, as we wanted. We did not want any ignition, and that is what a ship 6 engine, apparently, spin prime looks like. Can we see it again, Michael? Show it again!
Roll it again.
Roll 212. Who gets that? Does anyone get that? All right. Well, so yeah, that was the test that we saw. That was the money shot of the day in terms of Starship testing. We're gonna have to see what they do next, but it sure looks like they're detanking the vehicle, and they're gonna, once it's sufficiently detanked, they will open the road and head out and have crews inspect Starship. Bum 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 bum. Flexia is asking, were the Raptors installed on Ship 24 prior to this test? Yeah, you need Raptors to do a spin prime test because the thing you're spin priming is Raptor. So, yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Burns, yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm here. Yes. You do it really well, Alex.
It's
I'm
so
hearing
insane. Yes.
Well, but you say it with the right tone and energy. Okay, I'm hearing we have another replay angle. Let's watch this angle. And you can see replay on the left as indicated by the word replay, and live on the right as indicated by the word live. Just want to be clear. You can see the engine chill vents kind of doing their thing. They're not really pulsing or doing anything indicating like we've seen before in previous Starship flight tests. They're just kind of doing their thing. And then we should see that large plume from underneath the vehicle. There you go.
There you go.
And that's a fairly obvious thing, right? It looks significantly different than all of the other venting that we've observed today or in general. You can tell that it's coming from the engine bay. You can tell that it's coming out with some force and in like a coherent stream. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm proud about us because basically we described perfectly how it will look like a few minutes before the test.
And then we went promptly off the rails and yelled at each other about movies.
Well, actually, I feel like it was more like people yelled at me. I feel like that's more the reality of what happened here, but yeah.
But you know what? You deserved it. So.
I disagree because I just watch different things.
All right, fair. So yeah, that is where we're at. We're waiting to see what happens next, and the frost on Starship is slowly receding, and we'll keep our eyes on the road to note when the road is opening, but I don't think we quite expect that yet. You can see the road right there, and ooh, left side picture-in-picture, fancy. You can see the sheriffs at the roadblock, so no imminent opening of the road, it appears, but that's as expected.
You'll have time to test the ship and try to get it to go boom.
No. Please no. I'm just gonna say hard no. I do sort of wish the straps were the flaps were unstrapped, so that they could do like some flap testing maybe, or we've seen before at times like this where like they'll do a whole bunch of venting from the nose cone or something, like if they're doing like a header tank test, or they're just like some random weird like venting coming from the flaps themselves, which has happened a couple times. So yeah, I mean, who knows what we'll see as the duration of the test progresses, but the road closure itself is scheduled to end at 10 o'clock tonight, although they could always end it early, of course.
People are now like, no boom, we don't want boom.
How about we have a poll, boom versus no boom? Because I do see some people saying boom. I don't know what they're thinking, but
I feel like this is a job for the NSF poll master Chris Bergen, who was elected that in the recent NASASpaceflight Live, where we did like 5 polls.
Okay, I didn't get to watch that one yet, but I saw our Discord just going ham the entire time. Something about Thomas's cat, and then yeah, it was a whole. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
Sorry, I was basically meaning our ones that with a lot of polls. After that, I think it was one where Thomas Cat kind of wanted also to be on the stream, and also there's apparently now a introduction card for Thomas Cat.
Yeah, assistant to the news director.
Yes.
Wait, is that frost on the methane tank? Question mark?
I'm wondering if it's that or the weld line.
No. I
It's
just
probably the weld line,
rewinded
right?
20 mine minutes.
It's weld line,
Yeah.
the weld line. Boo! They should
Boo.
paint that. They should paint that so that we don't get like, oh, hold on,
Wait, Alex, are you saying boo or boo earns?
boo earns.
Oh my god.
So no frost.
Earthbound,
That's
thank
actually
you.
not even the bottom of the methane tank. I don't even know where I was looking at.
The bottom of the methane tank is further up, right? With
That
that double
one.
line.
Yeah, that one. He's okay, Michael. He's
That's
like,
so
no,
cool.
I will listen to you.
That's a frosty
I really
Starship.
like the way that they've covered the raceway with
It
the
looks
thing.
great. Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, very tidy up now compared to all the other ships before. I remember SM4, SM5, SM6. They all had like COPVs on the outside and all of that. You remember that?
Yep.
It was all janky, basically.
Jank Central.
Yeah.
Jank City, USA, population, whatever number ship it is.
24.
24, thank you. I mean, but we were talking about the other ones, but sure, 24. Because I guess there's been 24 of them, so. So
This
that's
will
the
look
population.
janky like 2
I
years
think
or
it's
3,
less.
probably.
It's less than 24 that were there because they skipped so much.
Oh, right, good point. And Alex, that is also a really good point. It's funny because this ship looks so nice and clean and great compared to the previous iterations, but you're 100% right. In a amount of time, whether it's 6 months or a year or multiple years, this will look janky. Like the other, what was it, last night? I was looking at a shot of Mark 1. That's the one they assembled for the Starship presentation, right? Next to the Falcon 1 body. And Mark 1, I mean, it's all crinkly. It looks like a tinfoil Starship. Like, it looks awful compared to the current designs. And in the same way, these designs will at some point in the future look hilariously bad compared to the more advanced versions once they get better at building them.
And you don't forget that, like, I remember when SN8 rolled out, and it was without the nose cone, and then they rolled out the nose cone, and they did the whole, nose cone on the tank and everything out there at the pad. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, this looks amazing. And now I look back at the photos, and it's like, this is just trash. It just looks really bad compared to the ones that we're seeing right now. But back then it was really cool.
I feel like the full heat shield also give this the upper stage so much more character. Like once they started to finish this heat shield and it really has this fully covered belly, that is such a different looking rocket.
We're getting some really good questions here. Chris is asking, would you even need a heat shield for landing on Mars or only for re-entry into Earth's atmosphere? No, you need one for Mars too, right?
Yeah.
Because Mars does have an atmosphere, even though it's very thin. You still need a heat shield, right?
Yeah, this is not like Duna in KSP. Where you need a heat shield to come back onto Kerbin, and then Duna you just can go through the atmosphere and it doesn't matter. No, this is not like KSP.
No planet in KSP has given me more pain than Duna.
Really?
Yeah, I had so for the people that don't know, I play Kerbal without reload because I feel like save and reload is lame.
You also play it with spreadsheets, which boggles my mind.
Yes. Basically everything you launch from there on, you're locked in that mission and you're not allowed to reload or something. And yeah, I kind of had a super long mission which took me a whole day, and then I landed a rover on Duna and it flipped 20 seconds into driving, and with that it was over because I couldn't reload.
Hey man, space is hard.
Yeah, it was this whole complicated mission that worked perfectly, and then I flipped the rover. I was very mad.
That sounds awful. I don't know why you torture yourself this way, but if you enjoy it, my friend, go for it.
No reload in
In-
space, sir.
You could do that with a mission to Eve and back.
Yeah, my pain planet in Kerbal Space Program is Eve. I still have a crew stranded on Eve.
Is it still not back?
No, I haven't had time to play, and also, I have a return craft in Eve orbit, but landing with precision at where the crew is stranded is extremely hard, and I didn't build like a rover that can go from the return ship to the crashed ship and rescue the crew. It's like I could land within, like, I don't know, 5 kilometers, but then I have to walk 3 Kerbals 5 kilometers over to the return ship, which I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it.
Where's your dedication?
I would have to go full Homer, like Drinking Bird on the keyboard, like just something holding the button down and having it walk, and I'll like come back in 20 minutes and see if it. How long would it even take a Kerbal to walk that far, like 5 kilometers on Eve? It would be way too long. So no thanks.
We'll do a rescue mission and live stream it.
I mean, maybe later today. Just kidding. I have a daily to edit. Who's saying that? Yeah, Willem in chat is saying Eve is that hard. Yeah, it's extremely difficult. It's like the atmosphere is so thick. It's absurd, and the gravity is so high. It's not fun. It's not fun.
Someone saying they play on PS4 and you cannot use mods. I've played on PS4. I've played on PC. I don't use mods on any of them. So there's that.
I need resize mod just for aesthetics.
Yeah, I do love tweak scale. Senti is saying jetpack, dude. You can't jetpack on Eve. You just can't. It doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah, no way to do that.
I mean, if it was jetpackable, yeah, I'd be down. That's not a problem. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Pastel in chat says, engineers estimate the spacecraft could be exposed to temperatures as high as 1300 degrees Celsius from the friction generated as it descends through the Martian atmosphere. So yes, you absolutely need a heat shield.
Multi-space industry saying Alex will fix that soon. with the
mods.
KSP mods, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need some experience from multi-space industries.
I need just a good guide. I need somebody who explains to me how to install this properly.
I do really want to try Realism Overhaul. It sounds so fun. But then at the same time, any misconceptions I have about me actually being able to, I don't know, do good at rockets would be thrown out the window.
Yeah, I also live in this bubble, this KSP bubble, where I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm really good at KSP, and that's only because I really ignore everything that makes it hard.
True, yeah.
So basically I'm like, yeah.
You just don't do the hard things?
Yeah, I'm fine with my... like, it's the opposite of that Moon speech. It's like, just don't do the hard things.
I love it. It's like the couch potato version.
Yeah, it's like, we don't do the hard things.
Let's see. Somebody in chat is mad that I called Europe small. I'm sorry. They won't hear this, though, for a while, because they're clearly far behind on the stream.
I hear you right now.
Aw. Thanks, bestie. Flawed Perspective in chat says, melting point of stainless steel is 1450 degrees C, might not need TPS on Mars. Well, here's the thing. A melting point and the point at which the metal will begin to fatigue from heating are two different things. You don't have to melt the metal in order to allow it to deform enough to cause failures. So melting point is one thing. I think there's a... I'm not a metallurgist, but yeah, PTI Fisher in chat saying the same thing. Steel is soft, lot before melt point. So yeah, it's like a...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to another question. Someone mentioned the PLD space test And I was actually talking about that on the back channel, saying that I would like to go. So yeah. It's just yeah. I'll
So
watch it.
what? Go to
Yeah,
what?
there's a test from a Spanish aerospace company that's gonna happen in about a couple of hours.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
I was actually talking about that here on the back channels. Yeah, that I would like to go.
So wait, like go see the test, like in person?
Well, and also the launches. They're launching from like 100 kilometers where I live.
What?
So I would like to see that. Yeah, the
Oh,
launch
that's
from
awesome.
Spain, right?
That's really
It's
cool.
been a long time.
So countdown until you get to see a launch in person, huh?
Well, I could probably go to Florida and do it first.
Well, maybe you should. I would love for you and Adrian and Chris Bergen to all come, and Gavin and Mark and everybody. What if we just had a full-on European invasion for some big launch coming up? That'd be so cool. Psyche.
Like, I really think, at least I have fixed travel plans to come over for the next Psyche window, because even if the thing scrubs, like, that's the worst case, everybody will still have like a vacation booked for that area. So that's the highest chance I will ever have to see a lot of people at the Cape.
Yeah, that makes sense. I definitely want to be there for Psyche.
Yeah, see?
You could say I'm psyched up about it. I apologize.
No, I think that was a good one.
You're psyched about it?
Yeah. Thanks. Anthony, thank you for the support. They say, will the first orbital Starship be touching down in the Gulf after release Starlinks into orbit, or is it only the booster? Booster into the Gulf, unless they decide to be full mad lads and catch the booster, or try to catch it. Starship goes into the Pacific, not the Gulf. Starship will be targeting an area off the coast of Hawaii. Desmo Bluefire says, haven't seen Blade Runner, get out. I agree. TMC says, been following since Hopper's nose cone toppled over in 2019. Thanks for the coverage. Greetings from Germany. Hi.
Germany.
Tag. Also, thank you for the support. Mike and Marilyn Warren, thank you for the support. They say Logan's Run. I haven't seen Logan's Run. Is that the one where like you get murdered after you're a certain, you have like the gem in your hand or something, and you once it flashes, like it's past your... Yeah, I'm aware of it. Have not seen it. Thank you. Thank you for that. John, thank you for the support. They say, which cut of Blade Runner did Adrian actually watch? It makes a huge difference in opinion of the movie. That's fair. That's fair.
I didn't
The
watch
correct
Blade
answer...
Runner.
Yeah, you said you didn't see it, right?
Yeah.
The correct answer is all of them, and then you decide which one you like best. Georgie, thank you for the support. They say, I rarely have the time to read or watch the progress of Starship. Can you do a quick review? How far are they? And will they do a full flight test today or just an engine test? Just an engine test today. We saw
no
it
flight.
at what was it, 3:34:40 is when the engine test took place. Now we're waiting to see if they do any more testing. But in terms of the program as a whole, you're looking at Chip 24. We're working towards the first orbital flight test. The infrastructure for the orbital flight test appears to be at least mostly ready to support such a test. And we're just waiting on vehicle readiness. Plus maybe also some minor things with the orbital launch site. But hopefully by the end of this year or early next, we will have seen a orbital flight test with Starship. But that is about where we are at. We're not quite sure what else is going to happen today, if anything. They might just continue to detank the vehicle, have the frost go down further, and then open the road, and send crews to the pad to check things out. So, or there could be more testing of some kind. Although doesn't look to be trending that way. 5 o'clock local almost. 5 hours left in the window. But
question, is one of the crews called Tom?
Oh, come on. No. No. Go next question. Next question. Let's go.
But I don't...
No. Don't try, Jack. Don't fall for that trap. No.
But...
Nope.
If you want some good music, listen to Calm Trues, who is a fantastic artist. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the recap there, Georgie. Thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you to everybody for watching along with us and during the insanity that is this trio of commentators, and for all the likes and super chats, new members, all of that stuff. Anyone who actually went and bought a print, thank you to you too.
The Chaos Team.
Team Chaos. Go Team Chaos. It's like Go Team Rocket, but with chaos. Earthbound Martian says, please stop saying boom during rocket tests. Oops, I said it again. Moldy Space, once again, Moldy Space, you roll. Says, Alex, you don't get to play with mods yet. I'll get you on RSS and Realism Overhaul soon enough. And Mars Labs asking if we have seen Capricorn 1.
I haven't seen it, but I know what it is about.
That's like the Mars conspiracy theory one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
not
curious.
seen it.
I'm real curious about Capricorn 1 because I've been told I should watch it. And it seems like an interesting film, but I have not seen it yet. So yeah, Capricorn 1. Good shout. I think Mars Labs just pulled his nerd card on me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's it for the super chats. Thank you once again to everybody that has been chipping in to help us do what we do. 100% absolutely vital. And you know, I hope you appreciate the return that you're getting in the form of hilarity, I hope, and also increasingly good views of Starship, Starbase, and rocket launches in general from us and our channel. If anybody has any questions they want to pull out of the queue, go for it.
Yeah, I will jump into that queue.
Stephen Daly says there are no respawn points in real life. Yeah, fair. I make liberal use of quick saves in Kerbal Space Program because otherwise I would lose my mind.
It's a fun challenge. I really think on the one side I get why people find it torturing. On the other side, I feel like it's very entertaining to just know, okay, I have one shot for everything.
I mean, definitely changes how you, I'm sure, how you feel about each mission, and like I can appreciate that for sure. I guess my version is I don't kill Kerbals. Like I that's why I'm so obsessed with rescuing the crew on Eve, because one, I don't kill Kerbals, and two, unless it's like a sandbox, and in which case I'm just like murdering Kerbals like Sims left and right. Oh no, I have a wastebasket in front of me. I guess I'll die. Stupid Sims. But yeah, I don't kill Kerbals. So I'll quick save, I'll do all of that, but I have to eventually return all Kerbals to Kerbin. And that's my, watered down version of what you're doing, which you're in a way more hardcore mode than me. So props.
Just like Konami.
What? Up, down, down, left, right, BA select start?
No, just economy. Just like economy in Kerbal. That was our first conversation I think we ever had on Discord.
That makes sense. That sounds like a conversation I would have with you. And I was like,
yeah,
what? Why do you do that? And you're like, because it's fun. And I was like, I don't understand, but okay.
Yeah, you basically were like asking me about if I really track the cost of my rockets, because I mentioned on the Discord. And then I sent you the spreadsheet of me like tracking every cost of every launch I ever did in KSP.
Pretty amazing.
That's me in KSP. I like numbers.
Turtle Boy is asking, why test all 6 engines at once for static fires, etc.? Would there be any scenario where all 6 engines fire at once? Yeah, a little scenario I like to call launch into space. I think it's been said by Elon probably on Twitter that ship will burn both its sea level and its vacuum Raptor engines on its way to orbit, shutting down the sea level engines first, and then finishing up with the. But there's a certain amount of thrust to weight that you want. You want to have more thrust to weight so you get out of the. I don't know. I'm not a rocket scientist, but accelerating faster, better. Less gravity loss. There, that sounded smart, right?
Yeah, that's sort of the reason.
Brendan says just rewatch the test. So that's what Booster 7 was supposed to do. Indeed, that is what it was supposed to do, and it did. It did do that, but then additional things happened after that.
It overachieved in its testing goals.
Yeah. It was a successful unplanned test.
Yeah. It basically it got like 110% on the test.
Yeah, and there was extra credit, and it was like, oh yeah, I got this.
Now
Extra science points.
I love this image now in my head of B7 being like an overachieving student.
SpaceX Gamer says the speed of a Kerbal on the surface of Eve is 2 meters a second. That means it would take 42 minutes to travel 5 kilometers. So, times 3, that is way longer than I want to have Kerbals walking across Eve. No thanks. That's like the Kerbal version of Desert Bus. I'll play Desert Bus. I won't play the Kerbal version of Desert Bus. Kevin Weichart is asking, do we know if Starlink V2 is replacing V1, or will they be in their own shell? Do we know?
Hold on. That's the Starlink question, right?
Yep.
There you go.
Whoops. I ruined it.
Show the UK launches.
Yeah.
Well, when they launched the Starlink ones, hold on, I'm gonna rewind a little quick here. There you go. Yeah, the V2 satellites are eventually replacing the whole constellation of V1, but they're not gonna be like, hey, we're gonna launch V2 and then V1 satellites just rain on us. That's not how it's gonna be. It's gonna be more, let's say gradual overtaking of one constellation by the other, and at one point, they're gonna be coexisting between each other until they phase out the old one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
And I'm seeing one argument about how the vacuum engines don't actually have the thrust-to-weight ratio to go into orbit. Actually, they do have the thrust-to-weight ratio on their own. The only problem is it's not efficient. It's more efficient if you burn all 6 engines at first. Even though you're using Raptors that have less ISP, the gains from the higher thrust-to-weight ratio basically surpass the lower efficiency, that you have with the sea levels. That's why when you have burned enough fuel and your thrust-to-weight ratio is high enough, you can shut down the sea levels and do the rest of the orbital insertion with the vacuum ones. So now the efficiency is maximum.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Thank you for that. Mars Labs, really quick, final super chat here, asking, could a booster make it to space and become a fuel tanker? Thank you, Mars Labs, for the support. I don't think so. It's like it gets into the whole SSTO thing, and I'm not even gonna touch that with a orbital-sized pole. But thank you for the super chat. Anyone else want to weigh in on that?
I guess if you put a nose cone on top.
That'd be pretty wild. So, we saw a spin prime of Starship. It looked like it was all 6 engines. The Starship looks like it's getting detanked right now. Things are kind of wrapping up. So, Adrian and Alex, thank you so much for being on this stream with me today. I hope it was not too insufferable. But,
it was amazing.
I think with that, we will wrap it up. Thank you for watching. If stuff starts happening again, we will definitely go live again. But until then, we can continue this fun and go on over to Starbase Live and watch from there, which is our 24/7 live stream. So let's all go over to Starbase Live and watch from there. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you over there.
Yeah.